Yeah, I played it for like a little bit after everybody left, and I kind of was just exploring the different worlds to see what the maps looked like, and it was pretty lackluster, all things considered. The maps didn't really look too great, but I guess, you know, that's not why they're there. It's ease of access. All of the nodes for every store are fast travelable. So if you
That's
really
helpful.
just don't give a fuck, you can just travel straight to that store. Although with the load times being as bad as they are now, it's probably quicker to just fucking run there. Alright, let's see it. Yep, creations, there it is. Ugh. Alright. So, right off the bat, there is not a single item on here that is free.
That stinks.
I lied.
Oh, okay.
So there is already stuff on here, which is shocking. So mods are here, which means that I am probably more than likely from this point on going to be playing the game with mods, because fuck all of that shit. This game sucks so much fucking balls. But let's take a look. So, right off the bat, the featured creation we've got Trackers Alliance. I called it. So I read the patch notes ahead of time, right? So let me pull those up real quick. So they actually have proper patch notes. So Starfield's latest update is here, bringing you several exciting new features, blah blah blah. Creations are here. What does that mean? Mods, effectively. So interestingly enough, if you had the premium edition, you get 1,000 creation bucks, I guess, for free, or for $100. If put it into perspective. But that's more than what Bethesda gives you by default, which is only 100 credits. And looking at most of these, we've got 500, 300, 600, 700. So basically what Bethesda gives you by default, you can't even buy anything. And that is true for just about every game except for maybe Fallout 4, where you can buy one Pip-Boy skin. Congratulations. Oh, look at this. Deluxe Dynamic Boost Packs for 100 points. I have a feeling that's going to be like a necessary mod, just from looking at it. This thing right here, though, Ancient Mariner Module for 1,000 points, I think is the most expensive thing I've seen in a creation store so far. But let's get back to the patch notes. Whoever makes it. Bethesda determines the price for whatever Bethesda makes, but I think the creators themselves determine the price of their products. But you can denote which one's made by a person with the blue check mark and which one's made by Bethesda with the big Bethesda cog, of which this is made by Bethesda at 1,000 fucking points, which is like what the equivalent of... I don't even want to know. Let me look quick. Yeah, it's $10. $10 for... What is this? $10 for... No, this is $10 for one module. Really?
What's one module?
You know, like a hab for your
Oh.
ship. Become the captain of your own Ancient Mariner with 22 new decor items, all craftable through the Decorate mode and outposts, ships, and housings. Okay, it's not a hab, it's just the fucking picture is just showcasing in a hab. That's why I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's just a hab?
So
Still...
just a bunch of customization items for building
It's a bunch.
shit.
It's a bunch of decoration items. Some of which look like they are straight up assets from Fallout 4. Not trying to be too mean here, but those armchairs look extremely reminiscent of the armchairs in Fallout 4. But come on, $10 for this? You can spend, I think, what, the equivalent of 3, even though I think the lowest you can go is 5. You can spend the equivalent of $3 in Fallout 4 and get 83 fucking items. Which is effectively the same deal here. That's absurd. I'm sorry. But that's ridiculous. But anyway, back to the patch notes. I'm getting off track. Creations are now available, which is basically mods. And of course, Creation Kit is now available, which you can download on Steam to make your own mods and really go crazy with it. Trackers Alliance missions now available. New missions have been added to Starfield as part of this update. Trackers Alliance establishes the first of several missions, enabling you to live your best bounty hunting life. The first mission, the Starjacker, will have you in contact with a mysterious tracker located in settlements throughout the settled systems. From there, the hunt begins. The second Trackers Alliance mission, the Vulture, is available within the new Creations menu for 700 points, mind you. So you do have to pay for that one. And it does look like it adds...
Tracker Alliance things?
You have to pay for this mission specifically, but I think the rest of them, or at least the first one, you don't. But it almost seems to imply like the rest of them, yes, you have to pay for it.
All of it is just
bad.
making me want to say no thanks. I don't even want to get started.
Yeah. Looking at this, it looks as though it does add a new weapon. It looks like a particle beam equivalent of a sniper rifle, which is pretty cool. I wish that was just in the game. And what looks to be like an advanced Gatling gun mining laser. And a new outfit, which is basically the cowboy duster that you can't get normally. And like a slightly different cowboy hat, which I can live without. But yeah, that's kind of disappointing. A veteran of the Colony War is wanted for high treason against the Free Star government. Take on a treacherous Trackers Alliance contract to hunt down one of the deadliest snipers in Free Star space. Includes a new Trackers Alliance bounty, the Arboron Nova Strike Sniper, and 2 additional outfits. Yeah, so I'm guessing those are the new outfits they were talking about in the showcase, not telling anyone that actually you have to pay for this. Woo! Holy fuck. Okay, good news. Crazy news. Looking at the mod space available. Somehow I have 68.76 megabytes used out of 99.93 gigabytes. So this game, by far, has the most amount of mod space available on the console so far. At 100 gigs. Don't know where the fuck all that space is going, or how much that's being taken up by specifically the game itself, but that's good.
Okay.
That's really good. I wish the other games had that. I wish Fallout 4 had that. I wish Skyrim had that. 100 gigs is a big fucking deal. I hope I'm not reading that right. No, it says 99 gigs. Crazy. Crazy. Back to the patch notes. We also have bounty scanning and mission boards. This update also introduces the bounty scanner system that enables you to seek and destroy or peacefully resolve targets with bounties on their heads. If you still want more, you can also check out the Elite Trackers Alliance mission board. So I guess those are part of the free update.
I'd hope so.
Those of you who appreciate being extra crafty may now find new melee weapon tiers and the ability to craft, or the ability to modify melee weapons when crafting. So that's a big deal, because melee was fucking useless. And for those that prefer the firepower approach, ammo crafting has also been added with this update. You can research your preferred ammo at the research station and craft them at the industrial workbench. And then we just have bugs, general issues, nothing else too crazy. That is pretty much it. That's the whole patch notes. That's it. All in all, aside from the sheer amount of things that I'm looking at that you have to pay for that sucks, it's not the worst thing. So if I look here, we have the verified creators section of creations, which includes Bethesda for some reason, and there are a couple of free things in here. So to begin with, we have the Blackout Drumbeat skin, which basically makes the drum beat black. It's totally free. It's fucking 18 megabytes, which is insane, but okay.
One little skin.
Yeah, for one skin. I mean, we have 100 gigs, 18 megabytes is a drop in the bucket. I'm thinking Fallout 4 terms, where 18 megabytes is usually a whole-ass gun. And then we have also the Observatory. Search for the stars with this new observatory, buildable at any outpost. It's just an observatory, you know. It's
a building.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's also 103 megabytes. Holy fuck. That's big. What else is free on here? We have Shade's Immersive Looting. So this is a verified creator. Strip any equipped armor or clothes from your fallen foes, or simply loot them all with one button. Steal items from knocked out targets instead of pickpocketing and waking them up. Adds an additional button prompt when looting NPCs to strip their equipped items. Interesting. Adds an additional button prompt when looting dead NPCs to loot all items in one button. So basically, it changes the loot system to Fallout 4's.
Okay.
Dead, stripped NPCs in harsh environmental conditions can show visual effects after approximately 5 seconds. Oh, it strips them naked. It strips them naked like it used to. Well, that's how Bethesda games used to work, right? Like, you kill a bandit, you literally take the clothes off of his body. In this game, you kill a bandit, you take the suit off of their body, but the suit is still on them. I think they did that because it's more of a, I don't want to see these people naked type of deal. And also, they probably did that because if you took the suit off of a person in space, they should probably just fucking explode.
Right.
And yes, and this game is trying to be very PG while also still wanting to be gory at times, but not really. Dead, stripped NPCs in harsh environmental conditions can show long-term decay of corpses after approximately 5 minutes. Overrides the pickpocketing from unconscious targets to just steal the items. Although equipped armor and clothing cannot be obtained since all the armor is blah 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 blah. Okay, it's cool and all, but I don't care enough. But that's a free one. We have the unofficial Starfield patch. Who made this? Arthmore. Yeah, fuck that guy. Thank God he made it free, though. Holy shit. A comprehensive bug-fixing mod for Starfield. The goal of the unofficial patch is to eventually fix every bug with Starfield not officially resolved by the developers to the limits of the creation kit and the community-developed tools in one easy-to-install package. The size of it right now is 4 megabytes, which is impressively small considering Skyrim's is nearly 500 megabytes. Hundreds of gameplay fixes, no unsafe changes, designed to be compatible with as many mods as possible. That's going to be a necessary one. 3-star armor crafting. Quotations free craft. Okay, so I'm reading some of this now, and I'm starting to realize that this is actually just showcasing everything that verified creators have, not just Creation Club shit. So let me... Is this where the creations are? Okay, yeah. So here's another free creation. I think actually the only 2 free creations are the Blackout Drumbeat skin, the Starborn Gravis suit and the, it's odd they don't have it here, but the Observatory, which is a Bethesda creation. That's so strange that they didn't have that in the creations section of the creation. But, yeah, Starborn Gravis suit is... Oh my god, that's expensive. 119. Maybe 100 gigs isn't enough. But it's basically... It's just a big pauldron version of the Starborn armor. I think it looks better than the default Starborn armors, for sure. It's got a nice gold visor. It reminds me of the EVA guy in Red vs. Blue. I don't remember what the fuck they called him. But, you know, the guy who wore the EVA helmet. So it's got, like, it's in all white, and he's got a nice gold visor that really pops. Looks alright. I would never wear it. But it's, you know, it's nice. And those are all the free ones. That's it. And then we have a couple here for 100 credits, so the default amount that is given to you. We have Dynamic Deluxe Boost Packs. Boost further, boost faster, thrust downwards, and hover longer. Deluxe Dynamic Boost Packs are intended to enhance the efficiency of your traversal and increase your enjoyment whilst exploring. Different boost capabilities are increased or decreased depending on where you are and what you are doing. This feels smooth and balanced in smaller spaces, and far more thrilling when out in the open.
Yeah,
You have the
because
research unlocked.
walking and trying to use your jetpack to make walking not boring is still boring. So anything to
Yes.
speed that up is helpful.
Yeah, so we have, if you have the research unlocked and the necessary materials, you can install the modules into any boost pack using a spacesuit workbench. Craft the dynamic boost pack configurator slate at an industrial workbench, drop it on the ground, and pick it up to activate the options menu. Wow, that's fucking archaic. So we have Mark 1, an advanced boost pack providing the most convenient features all included into one package. When outdoors, all boost amounts are increased. When sprinting and activating the horizontal boost, you will fly faster and further forward. When moving slowly or not at all, vertical boost height is increased for greater climbing. Requires level 1 research. Mark 2 includes all the features of Mark 1 and also activates a convenient downward thrust when melee attacking or gun bashing. This feature can be toggled on or off by dropping the dynamic boost pack slate on the ground and picking it up. Blah, blah, blah. Boost pack injuries are now a thing of the past with the integrated inertial dampener, removing all fall damage. Requires pack level 2. And then Mark 3 includes all the features of 2 and presumably 1, and greatly extends the boost pack assault hovering duration when out of combat and outside of cities, towns, and settlements. Obviously requires the assault training skill that allows you to hover. During this extended hovering, the movement speed is also greatly increased. In addition, the vertical and horizontal boost amounts are also further increased when out of combat and outside of cities, towns, and settlements. And then it just talks about picking up the slate and all that shit. So yeah, this is a really cool mod. I wish I didn't have to fucking pay for it. This type of shit right here is exactly what I was fucking worried about. This is a mod that should not be paid for. And I hope to God someone makes one that is free. Because this is dumb. I get it. It's the default amount of credits. I shouldn't have to spend a penny to make this game slightly more enjoyable. Fuck off. Poster design frames is the only other thing available for 100, and it adds 18 types / 30 frames into Starfield's photo mode. That's it. They're charging 100 points for that.
I guess if you care about photo mode, it's important, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't
for most
pay money
people
for
it's
that.
not that important.
No, not at all. And then we have the Enforcer Tactical Pistol, which looks basically like a USP-45, because that's exactly what it is. It is an H&K USP-45, and I'm not seeing a single one of them with a laser sight, which is fucking disappointing, because how can you make a USP-45 without the gigantic, bulky-ass laser module on the bottom of it? That's inherent to the design. What the fuck? The Enforcer, a sleek, customizable, and deceptively powerful ballistic handgun based on an old Earth design from the late 20th century, has been made to the people of the settled systems, thanks to Terra Tactical and their distributors. Features a new ballistic pistol that uses 45 ACP, multiple customization options for muzzles and sights, to calibrate. Is that how you spell caliber? I think it is, yeah.
Calibrate?
I think that's how you spell caliber. I don't know. I
Oh,
feel like I'm being
okay.
a little
I wasn't sure
retarded
if you
here.
were saying to calibrate something or to the caliber type.
I think it's just been a long time since I've actually seen that word spelt out. It just looks
It
really
ends
weird.
with RE, I believe.
It ends with RE, yeah. It just didn't look right, because I feel like I've seen it spelt incorrectly for so long. Leveled lists, the weapon will appear anywhere, or any base game pistol can appear, including on enemies. Several unique variants to find. Aftermath, located at Noon Homestead. Evaluation sample number 17, located at Mast. First Strike, located at the Mech Factory. And Memento Terra, located on the Siren of the Stars. Which is interesting, because you can only get that once. I don't think you can go back to the Siren of the Stars. Who made this? Nova Finch Creations. Thanks for checking out the Enforcer. It's a lot of fun to work on. If you're a fan of my Fallout 4 mods, then I hope you have fun with this. It's got a lot of the same design philosophies that I made with my mods, blah blah blah. I mean, it looks good. It looks like a USP-45. It's 200 credits. Do I think it's worth that? Probably not. It's one single pistol. No offense. And then we have, what do we got here? The next cheapest thing. You're gonna love this. This is essential for any playthrough. Is the Constellation plushie set. For 300 points. And it's just a set of plushies for all of the members of Constellation. And Barrett has like a comically oversized Santa Claus beard for some reason. Yeah, who cares? Who
Damn,
cares?
people pay for that stuff?
Yeah. Judging by the fact that this has 196 bookmarks, not a lot of people pay for this stuff. And if we were to compare that to the dynamic boost packs, yeah, like you can tell from the amount of bookmarks and the amount of likes that something has what is actually being purchased here. And then after that, we have Neon Ramen.
Get soup?
Is this a Fallout 4 reference? Okay, the description opens with... I don't speak Japanese. I'm just gonna skip that because I'm gonna butcher it. I'm saying it out loud in my head, and I'm just like, that doesn't sound right, so I'm just not gonna say it. Our exquisite new food stall has opened in the cold streets of Neon. Please come to us at Neon Ramen and try the delicious ramen noodles. We would be honored if you were to fill your belly with our wonderful, warm, comfort food. We have a wide assortment of dishes, and if you love the noodles, then you may like to say Aishi, delicious, to let us know of your pleasure. This creation adds a ramen stand to Neon just outside the Volai Hotel. The stand is run by a robot named Takeshi, yeah, this is a Fallout 4 reference, and who sells many Oishi brand food items as well as some drinks to the player. Bar stools at the stand are usable by both the player and the residents of Neon. The residents are also able to dynamically pull up a stall and drink beer at the ramen stand. And I love this compatibility. This creation is likely to be incompatible with any mods that drastically alter the Neon Core City District. Cool. So it's literally, it's just you're paying effectively $5 for a Fallout 4 reference. Fuck off. Stupid. That's stupid. I'm sorry. After that, we have Star Sim, mining conglomerate for 500 points. Life in the Starfield can be difficult, but do you know what isn't? Joining the Argos Extractors family. I might actually like this one. Mining Conglomerate is the first module for StarSim, providing a taste of our continued work on complementing Starfield with an immersive space simulation. The simulation system handles anything covered by this creation, including asteroids, ships, and stations. We also have included a new docking interface system on stations that allows the player to interact with a brand new terminal interface rather than requiring boarding. Almost all functions are handled within this interface to save time, including communication with NPCs, mission boards, and unique jobs, as well as various other features related to the creation, so effectively making star stations fucking pointless. When starting a new game, an exciting new quest is provided by Argos Extractors due to your current employment with them. When being directed to return to the Lodge, you will also have a quest pointing to the Argos Space HQ in Jemison Orbit. Why are they in Jemison's orbit? Whatever. This will introduce the new features through the station interface at the location and direct the player to start retrieving Argos tasks from the mission board offered at the HQ. After providing your medal on the mission board, Argos will extend an offer to be promoted to management within the recently founded Argos Mining Station. You are then directed to the station and introduced to your new role. Major features include Space Mining Reimagined, that tells me nothing, new mission board types including Mine Asteroids, Protect Mining Operation, Protect Mining HQ, and Protect Mining Station. One of those things actually involves mining. Two new stations.
Maybe they know that
Argos
just mining is boring, so they have to mix up the mission types.
Yes. Yeah, by basically making 3 of them defense missions. 2 new stations, Argos Space HQ and Argos Mining Station. Argos Space HQ is a location for easily coordinating Argos' affairs in space and acts as a general drop-off point for the various mining ships when they're full. Argos Station is also built into a giant asteroid that produces resources. That's pretty cool. The stations have a bulletin board with various announcements and messages providing flavor text relating to the universe with some added messages based on events. I'm assuming events being main story progress, main side quests, faction progress. Players can now receive mail, which is currently only accessible within the station interface. I don't know how that would work. Stations can be managed in a straightforward minigame to ensure that local productivity... I don't know, bro. I guess because there's constantly updates back and forth between the different... I'm assuming your outposts might be involved in this in some way. That's my assumption. I don't know yet. Stations can be managed in a straightforward minigame to ensure that local productivity meets the requirements of the faction that owns the station. Interesting. More features are planned to be added in the near future, expanding out the mining functionality and building a stronger narrative around the Argos Extractors, including expanded mining simulation, including freighters, cool, scanning asteroids to determine their yield with a new mission board job, the ability to scan and mine gas-based hazards in nebulized space. This also adds new missions. And this is all shit that's not even in the game yet. This is a long list of things that aren't in this mod. Following the basic quests we already added, we will be adding a completely voiced quest around Argos as they expand their operations, interact with other mining companies looking to collaborate or sabotage their progress forward, and tunnel through their prized asteroid. Orbital Support Station will replace the current Argos Space HQ, being a massive station per each hub orbit like Cheyenne, Jemison, Voli. These will be broken into admin, management of the station, business center, and passenger center. And what the fuck? There's parentheses after business center, supporting various headquarters of companies a la Neon Trade Tower, and then passenger center parentheses. Allows passengers to take shuttles to and from the connected planet, and taxi services to and from other orbital support stations and trade center. which is a small mall of vendors. That all sounds needlessly complicated. Other mining companies and factions are involved with new mission types involving sabotage and data theft, unique station interiors, and interiors for asteroids linked to stations acting as a dungeon. Cool. The ability to project a 3D map over digital tables on ships to better locate objects, ships and stations in a given orbit. What the fuck does that mean? Ability to project a 3D map over digital tables on ships. You mean like the actual nav tables that we have on the ships? That's bold. Good luck making that work. New and expanded mining equipment for players and ships. New mining ships built by Deimos. Expanded station management. Expanded trade interface. Each mining company owns an M-class mining mothership. This mothership manages a small wing of miners in an asteroid field, which mines and deposits resources into its expansive cargo bay. How big is this mod? Oh, it doesn't matter because it's a proper creation, so that's on a separate entity of storage space. This mod seems genuinely impressive. Just looking at what they've added here. It also seems really complicated. But for the price of, what, $5? That's not bad, especially knowing that they intend on adding more shit to it. But I think as it stands, $5 is not worth it. When all this other crap gets added, $5 is going to be a fucking steal. Seems really interesting if you're into mining. Like, it really just seems like they're adding in just more side shit. I'm curious if Bethesda ever intended to do anything with Argos. Because if they did, that would cause massive conflicts with this. And I wouldn't put it past them to fuck these people over. Up next we have the TGS Luxury Homes Volume 1. What the fuck are these? What the fuck are these? What am I looking at? Ever wanted to build the lovely dream home or Vlad's villa on any planet? Well, now you can!
No,
this
I don't
mod
want to build that
includes...
at all. What are you going to do in those homes?
Exactly. This mod includes about 30 or so luxury player homes. You can also build a castle, complete with walls, gates, towers. Alongside these, many themed buildings that are visually stunning. So you can build your own kingdom and transport yourself to a whole new era. Right, because I'm looking at these screenshots, and it just straight up looks like an old Nordic or Breton village. And I'm just like, what the fuck does this have to do with Starfield? The first two things that he mentions aren't even, like, present in the screenshots provided. I don't see the dream house anywhere. I don't see Vlad's villa anywhere.
Are there any protections against people getting scammed? Like, this mod will fix this bug, and it just does absolutely nothing.
No, but I think, well, I would assume because all of the creations are vetted explicitly by Bethesda. They're play-tested by Bethesda. Okay. They're made sure that they function. So you'd be hard-pressed to get scammed. Is it worth your money? Fuck no. This mod is not worth your money. For 600 points? Absolutely not. And then we have the Tractors Alliance thing at 700, and then the Ancient Mariner module at 1,000.
The mods that fix the game, why doesn't Bethesda just
give
that guy
a job?
Or not even a job, just be like, okay, how much time did you put in to make the mods that fix all these bugs? You put in 30 hours? Alright, here's a pay rate of $50 an hour, 30 hours, here's a cut. We're just going to take your mod and put it into the game. Thank you.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be that easy, right? No, they don't do that. So effectively,
And now
and
everyone
this is
gets
one of
it.
the
You get
things.
paid. It's a win-win.
Yeah, it'd be easy if that were the case. So this is my biggest issue with things like the unofficial Starfield patch, especially with the unofficial Skyrim patch and the unofficial Fallout 4 patch, is um, Arthmore here has a tendency to be the most dominant mod maker on all of the platforms. Right? The unofficial patches for all three of those games are super duper fucking necessary to play them. And ironically, it says no unsafe changes. That wasn't necessarily true in Skyrim's case. There's a reason that Skyrim's unofficial patch is unnecessarily nearly 500 megabytes, and Fallout 4's is only 40, and this game's is only 4. And it's because he made a lot of unnecessary changes. he altered a lot of things on the basis of this is more than likely what was supposed to happen without actually knowing whether or not that is the case. Right? It's not as clear cut as the Fallout New Vegas suit debacle, where the guys that work at oh my god, all this fucking shit just immediately fell out of my head. The guys that work at Benny's Casino are supposed to have a different type of suit, but due to a bug or an accidental misinput, they end up wearing the wrong kind of suit. It's still a suit, but it's not the right one, and they just never fixed it. That's something that would get fixed in the unofficial patch, because we know for a fact they're wearing the wrong suits. But with Skyrim's case, he ends up making a lot of adjustments that are just unnecessary. Things that didn't need to be changed. Why did we need a 4K texture for the tanning rack fur coat? What the fuck? Why did you do that? Right, like that's not necessary at all.
Bethesda wouldn't need to take the guy's uh, basically it's his mod pack of fixes and just apply it immediately. Just have him like take what he did and look at it and be like, okay, how did you actually fix this bug? All right, cool, got it. Now we can just put that in. We don't have to go and change colors on shit. We just want to see what you did to
Right.
fix all of the bugs that are in the game.
Yeah. Well, I personally, I don't know why. I think it's just straight laziness and ego at this point. Like, there is no good reason for why Bethesda doesn't just fix the fucking games or just hire this motherfucker, right? Because you got to think about, like, Bethesda has poached people before. They hired Eleonora, who used to make a lot of Fallout and Skyrim home mods. There's a reason that everything in Starfield looks so fucking cluttered. It's because of her. That's her style. She does a very good job, frankly, of filling out table space and environments. That's why when you walk on your ship and you just look around, it's like, God, this place is a fucking mess, right? It looks like someone really lives here, you know, and they just don't clean up after themselves. It really makes you think, damn, bitch, you live like this? but she does a good job. That's why they hired her. But it's also ironic because that's one of the main problems that people have with looting in this game in general, is there's so much useless bullshit on the tables that there's nothing worth picking up. Like, there's no instance like in Skyrim where you walk into a room and it's like, look at all this cool shit on the table. There's a bunch of rubies and gold and all this shit that I would like to take. But then you play Starfield and it's like, there's just a bunch of test tubes and fucking, you know, junk. There's just garbage
That has
on
no
the table.
purpose. Besides,
That
you
has
get
no
to
purpose.
pick it up and put it in your area that you want to decorate.
Yes. And that's another thing where it's like, I can understand why people would want to decorate their own ships, but at the same time, holy fuck, have you ever tried to do that? It takes forever. When I was playing Fallout 4 and just testing out the new mods that I had added in, and trying to see like what settlement building mods am I going to keep, which ones am I going to scrap, and it's like, holy fuck, I forgot how long this takes just lining shit up. Like, this takes time, right? Because I'm autistic. I gotta make it perfect. So I'm sitting there for a while, just inching shit forward. And when there's no proper grid system for me to base things on, it makes it very difficult to like just get it to look right. But
I understand people
it,
want to fully customize everything their way. That's great.
but
But without any
sometimes it
kind of
is just
snapping
easier.
feature,
Yeah,
it sucks. Like it's
it's
so
bad.
difficult.
It's really bad because then your room, the rooms that you have, just end up looking kind of messy and
Everything's
gross.
off. You
And
you bump into the table, and then everything falls off the table, and you gotta drop it
yep,
back. Like fuck that.
yep, terrible. And it's a lot easier to just have the rooms be auto-filled. That's what I liked about the ship, is that it just kind of auto-fills itself. Would I like to change some things? Specifically door placements? Yes. Are we allowed to? No, of course not. We can change what's in the rooms now, I guess. I would like to make a ship that is just plain and see what I can do with it, but it's also, now you have the problem of, well, you gotta have all the resources and all this other bullshit, and it's like, ah, fuck that, man. It's too much. It's too much time. Oh, there's
Best way
another
to get
creation
those
here. What
resources,
the
oh, you should
hell?
just build an outpost to farm it, but building the outpost sucks.
Okay, so okay, so that was just the featured section. Where's the actual...
Like
Alright, so I
everything.
guess I'm
The junk,
going
the
back.
good, the
So
bad.
there is more things to buy. I just didn't see them. So we've got 2 more things here for 500 credits. We have Skinthetics by Enhance, which is... What is this? A deserted station near Vega 1 conceals a shady research program. Uncover the misdeeds of Dr. Matthias James, resolve the formula, and reap the rewards of the Skinthetics project. This creation adds Skin Deep, a small story-based puzzle quest. Investigate the star station in orbit of Vega 1. Skinthetica, a new researchable and craftable chem that allows the player to manipulate the physical appearance of themselves and other compatible humans, acquired through completing the quest.
A lot of
Skinthetica can be used to
skin
copy the appearance. Yeah, it's a
and
little
appearance
gross.
changing. I wonder what people are gonna do
Yeah,
with that.
exactly. Skinthetica can be used to copy the appearance of another human to your character, or copy your character's appearance onto another human with the same body type. Appearance alterations cannot be undone.
What? Fuck that.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
for $5?
Oops, I
Crazy.
picked something I didn't want. Oh well.
Oh, this is horrifying. To use Skinthetica, ingest the chem and approach a compatible human. The interact options will let you reap or sow an appearance. The effect wears off after 10 seconds, and these options will disappear. So if you don't pick one, it'll disappear. That's interesting. Yeah, strange. It's also especially weird that it's like, you can make someone look like you. It's like, why would I do that when there's literally a fucking clone of me running around somewhere that I can just pick up as a companion? Like, what the fuck? Does that also mean I can walk up to those grotesque, ugly motherfuckers in towns and look like a frog person? Like, what? Like, what is the purpose of that? Other than, like, it's funny. Am I gonna pay $5 for that? Fuck no. Ugh. So then we have this. This is the last paid-for thing that I've seen so far. The Quantum Stealth Operations Safe House. Okay? Step
Alright.
into the thrilling world of espionage with your very own secret agent safe house. Hidden in plain sight right next to the trade tower in vibrant Neon City, this high-tech hideout is your ticket to clandestine operations and covert missions. Stock up on cutting-edge secret agent-themed gear, from new ammunition and weapons to... I just lost my fucking place. From new ammunition and weapons to robot minions, and conveniently located within your sleek... all conveniently located within your sleek and stylish apartment. Craft and customize gadgets in the workshop, complete with every type of crafting station, and feel right at home in your new kitchen. with immersive storage containers strategically placed for easy access. So this is a home mod,
Gotcha.
effectively. So this creation currently includes a hidden secret safe house in Neon, 2 new types of legendary 1911 pistols plus new ammo types, 4 new throwing weapons, the Tonto, the Extinguisher, and briefcases plural. So I guess you can just throw a briefcase, because ha ha ha, Hitman funny. A firing range with respawning weapon and ammo containers, MK36 and MK37 robot minions summoned by grenades. Interesting. A quartermaster kiosk to stock up on weapons and ammo, an immersive kitchen and bar with aesthetic containers, a full workshop with plenty of storage, and more shit to come in the future. I mean, it just looks like a regular-ass Bethesda home. I do like the addition of the throwing weapons. Like, a throwing Tonto is pretty cool. I don't know what the fucking extinguisher is. Do they mean a fire extinguisher? Like, I can just throw a fire extinguisher. Oh, interesting. So I'm reading... So the robots that deploy are just mini versions of Vasco, or the
Oh gosh.
Vasco-type robots with the big disc heads. So that's kind of funny. And I'm looking at the 1911 here. I'm assuming there's another one. Zero difference in how it looks, which is disappointing. Other than the fact that they literally call it an M1911 and not an old Earth pistol. But it is a biostasis M1911, which effectively means it shoots injections to temporarily tranquilize the target. So it is more than likely a sleep dart pistol, which is kind of neat. But for $5, I don't know, if you want to roleplay as Hitman, I guess that's your mod. But I'm sure there's better options. And I think that's all the paid for shit, because then once you get towards the bottom here, you start getting into the cheap stuff, and by cheap I mean free, and there's some interesting things here. So right off the bat, 3-star armor crafting, free. Craft 13 armors at the industrial workbench. Free craft legendary powers onto them. It's a basic mod. Just, I want to be able to make all the armor sets and also make all the legendary shit on them for free. Boom, here you go. Easy. XP for EM knockouts. That might be abusable. Environmental seal? Huh?
No.
Oh, this is an armor overhaul. Have you ever went on an expedition in your super cool armor set only to simultaneously gain lung damage, internal bleeding, and frostbite because environmental resistance is bad? Well, we've got a mod for you. This mod adds a new armor called Environmental Seal, which surprisingly provides environmental protection. It's grouped in the spacesuit category, but the seal itself will neither occupy any armor slot nor attach itself visibly to your character, so you can equip it with any spacesuit, helmet, backpack you want. Interesting. So it's basically saying, why the fuck am I gaining environmental hazards when I'm in a completely sealed environment?
Right.
Which is a totally fair thing. Then we have the Workbench Filter Framework. What does this do? So this is your first proper framework mod, it seems. Allows workbench recipe filtering by category and switched in a non-intrusive way. Can also filter mod recipes and even add custom categories. Cool. The framework itself does not categorize any recipes. You need to pair it with relevant patches. So this is just a framework. It allows certain things to be changed, which is good. It's good to see those already. Remove research requirements. Fuck you. That's all it does. It doesn't have a description. That's it. Expanded outpost containers. This mod expands all outpost storage containers to 10 times their normal size.
That's helpful.
Good. Yeah. Visible chronomark watch. It represents the HUD, played a notable role in the game's marketing, and even had a replica made of it for the Collector's Edition, and yet this watch is surprisingly absent from the game itself.
So we're adding it.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
want
It's
that
normally
watch.
only seen 2 times. That's it. This mod makes it possible to see the watch on your left wrist during normal gameplay, utilizing the same model you see in the first mission. It works when equipping a hidden Chronomark LPV6 apparel item to your character automatically, as long as you are not wearing something with long sleeves that would completely cover it or cause clipping. It looks fine, too.
Devoted fans that are going out of their way to do all that.
Not really, they're just using the model that was used in the game and just attaching it to your hand. It's a relatively simple process.
But it's just the fact that
I just...
they even would think that I need this watch. I need to wear the watch in the game.
It's something that I noticed pretty quickly in the game where I was like, man, remember when they made a really big deal about that watch? Like, during the Starfield Direct, they had like a whole 10-minute segment devoted to, hey, do you want to buy the watch? Look at this watch. Look, we're all wearing it.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all wearing the watch. And it's just hardly in the game. It's like, come on. I'm shocked they didn't do this to begin with, that it wasn't just a thing that you could get. We got skill points for credits or essence, so basically making it so that you can get skill points by spending quantum essence or by spending credits, and that the credits goes up to a cap of 150,000 credits per level. That's a perfectly fine mod. Better boxing. It just ups the damage of melee, I guess. We have simple dynamic boost packs. I wonder what this does. I wonder if this is the free version of deluxe dynamic boost packs. I swear to fucking God, if this is what modding becomes. So existing boost pack capabilities are further enhanced. Basic boost pack. So power boost pack, level 1. Boost pack research required to install. Hold boost button for maximum effect, expending more fuel. Interesting. Skip pack, cover more ground with enhanced horizontal mobility. More horizontal boost speed and distance is achieved when sprinting. Even greater horizontal boost is achieved when outdoors. Huh. So this is effectively... It's not the same thing as deluxe dynamic boost packs. This is more of a companion mod to deluxe dynamic boost packs that he made for free. Still a dirty, dirty thing to do, in my opinion.
What, to make a mod copying someone else but make it free?
Oh, it's the same person.
Same guy made a
just
mod that
yeah.
paid, and then he also made a free one.
Effectively, but the free one doesn't do what the paid for one does. The free one just alters the existing boost pack mods to make them more functionally what they're supposed to be, because like a power boost pack doesn't really feel like a power boost pack, you know what I mean? Or a skip pack doesn't really feel like I'm going any further forward, but now they do. And the deluxe version just makes it so that the indoors and outdoors effects are like, you know, really felt, and that you have that downward thrust ability is basically what you're fucking paying for.
Okay.
Wondrous weightlessness, a simple mod that makes resource items in your inventory not take up any weight. 6,500. Oh my god. 650,000 vendor credits. Are
To
you
get rid of
tired of fucking
weight
waiting
limits.
around? Yeah, getting rid of weight limits, I can understand that. Even the 65,000 vendor credits, I can understand that. It's just because, like, it fucking takes forever to get around. It's... I mean, so far, all the mods that I'm seeing by these verified creators are basically glitch cheat mods. And that's kind of lame. Proper gravity wave power. Personally, I found the gravity wave power to only be to be in need of improvement. It does not properly ragdoll enemies, and the only thing it improves between level 1 and 10 is the slowdown effect on NPCs after they stand up. Features. No more knockdown animations, just pure ragdoll physics. This is a change across the entire game, but you will notice it most with this power. Interesting. Magnitude and cost now scale with the power's level. It will be significantly more powerful, cheaper to cast. So basically, they made it more like a Fus Roda unrelenting force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it makes it so that the power actually force pushes someone away. Like, they just fucking fly. I might actually download this because this is pretty good. Oh, that was the other thing the paid-for mod did, was eliminate fall damage.
Oh.
Because boost packs should make it so that isn't a problem, which I agree with. I think that is dumb. What is this? Dark Star Trainees. Oh, this is just a bullshit overpowered gun? Yeah, okay. Better give item level list? This mod edits the leveled list that controls what gifts an NPC crew randomly gives you. Oh. We have 3-star weapon crafting, free crafting. Smarter spacesuit auto hide. This mod does the following things. Hides your spacesuit when inside of a sealed starship, including your home ship. Good. Hides your spacesuit while on a safe, breathable planet, for example, anywhere on Jemison, outside of New Atlantis. If you step into a sealed area on a world where you need a spacesuit, only your helmet will be hidden. Follower spacesuit behavior will be synced to yours a bit in those areas as well. Followers no longer needlessly wear their helmets in breathable environments. Your parallel self-duplicate will now use the same spacesuit behaviors. Spacesuits without helmets will be worn on breathable worlds, which are cold, but not cold enough to be hazardous. What? Yeah, so basically, this is a mod that I will definitely want. There were a lot of instances where I'm like, man, why am I wearing my suit on fucking Jemison? Like, it's basically Earth. I shouldn't need to be wearing my suit. No angry companions. Who says heroes can't slip up now and then? This mod ensures that your companions and crew members are supportive during those unintended moments of murdering civilians. Shut up, Cora. This is a great mod. Silences your crew, companion, passengers, idols while you're piloting your ship. Silences Cora and Sam's conversations while you're piloting the ship. Restores a couple of cut lines to Cora and Sam. Because why not?
I guess
Interesting.
listen to some of the new lines and then permanently shut them up.
Yeah, right. And then we just have unlimited resources and blah blah blah.
That's definitely the reason why I never had them on my ship. It's the constant
They just
same
wouldn't shut the fuck
4 or
up.
5 conversations.
Yeah. Dad, do you think
Can I get a
Solomon
book?
Co. would have liked me, or whatever the fuck his name was? I don't remember.
Saul, maybe?
I think it was Solomon.
Solomon, that's probably it.
So what is this? Unleash your inner ninja, sneak up and perform one-shot takedowns, including non-lethal knockouts. Finally, stealth can feel rewarding. Level up the new takedowns skill in the physical tree. Oh wow, they actually added a new skill, and oh boy, that looks like shit. it's it's like a weird oblong shape outline, and then the image doesn't fit in the outline. It just pokes out the top of it. Oh jeez. New takedown prompt will appear. So I'm assuming there's no actual animation for a takedown. You just kill him. I guess that'll come later. Dark Star's Astrodynamics. What does this do? Advanced shipbuilding. Yeah, that just seems overly complicated. More survey missions! Oh boy. This basically makes it so that once you complete the constellation survey missions, more of them show up more frequently. I don't know who in their right mind ever did these missions, because they took so fucking long, but okay, cool. I guess that problem that I never experienced is fixed.
Okay.
And then we have Shade's added skills. More skills. Let's see, what do we got here? Adds a bunch of new skills for your character. Should be mostly balanced. Athletics. Move faster. Higher and just get things done. That's the actual perk description. Increases movement speed and jump height by pretty significant margins, which, considering that most of what we're doing is running around, those don't seem too terrible. This increases critical targets against humans. Gun bashing. Gun bashing. Ooh, I like this. I like this final level of it. Has a 30% chance to knock down most targets. Comma, can be very satisfying. I'm assuming because it just throws them. Hunting, huh? Accuracy with ranged weapons is increased while outdoors. Oh, this is a weird perk. It changes, like, significantly. Wow, ricochet. 2% chance for enemy fire to bounce back at them. What the fuck? And then second skin. Equipped clothing and apparel has no weight. Equipped boost packs and backpacks have no weight. Equipped spacesuit helmets have no weight. And equipped spacesuits have no weight. That's actually a great fucking perk, but since a lot of the changes that Bethesda made with that previous update basically make carry weight irrelevant, it doesn't really matter anymore. Looks like we got another house mod. Improve follower behavior. What the fuck does this do? If you're like me, you enjoy bringing followers along in your adventures. Unfortunately, their actual following behavior leaves something to be desired. In no particular order, I've noticed the following things about the vanilla behavior. They will keep an unusually large distance away from you while following. Sometimes it can be as far as 15 meters away before they actually start to walk towards you. Now it's been kept to an average distance of about 2 to 5 meters from you, generally closer while walking and further while running. They will open fire on enemies before you have been fully detected.
That doesn't sound great.
What the hell did Jason just send me? Dirty soda? Coconut lime coffee mate coffee creamer. Mix it with Dr. Pepper. What the fuck, dude? Why would he send me this? No. They will now only attack an enemy once an enemy has fully detected one of you. Their following behavior while sneaking is identical to their normal behavior. They will keep a large distance from you and may even start to sandbox. Followers will now attempt to stick very close to you and will no longer sandbox while sneaking. This makes them much less of a liability while stealth runs. They may have difficulty matching your speed while you are walking, starting and stopping behind you constantly. They will now match your walking speed. Like, how hard was that? He just says, okay, now they'll do it. God damn. Similarly, it's quite easy for them to fall very far behind you, particularly while exploring planets. They will now be able to move 50% faster when they are more than 50 meters away from you. Let's just say they keep a stockpile of ultra-strength amp on them, specifically for these moments. The effect usually isn't too obvious, but they do a better job of keeping up with you now. While exploring planets, they may stop following you, pull out their weapon, and stare at an alien creature if it gets too close. They do this until the creature moves away of its own volition, or until you perform an action such as sneaking. This behavior is straight up been disabled. They will no longer bully the local wildlife. They may start to sandbox while you are walking, making them lag behind even further. Loitering radius has been decreased from 15 meters to 6 meters. That means that walking no longer slow enough for the game to flag you as loitering while you are walking in a straight line. This also means followers stop sandboxing sooner when you move away from a given area. That makes sense. When you stop moving, they will attempt to get in front of you and to the right. This will lead to them trying to walk through you or through the level geometry and also cause them to block your shots while aiming. This is caused by followers attempting to fall into formation around you. Sadly, the system's quite buggy and doesn't often work as intended. Better to just not use it at all. It can be quite annoying to get them through an airlock with you. They now stick close while you're in the airlock. Shouldn't have to leave them behind at those anymore. And that's it. That's a good one, I think. That's a pretty good one. Extra backpacks. Oh, it's just extra mods. And then the cheat room. This is usually a pretty significantly used mod most of the time. And that's all the verified shit.
Why not just download a mod that you install it, you hit a button, and it just says you've beaten the game? And
well, the
roll
cheat
credits.
room, the cheat room is more of a debug thing. That's what I typically use it for. So, like, for instance, if a quest breaks, and let's say you need to get an item, but that item was only on this one guy, you can go to the cheat room and grab it.
Oh.
That's typically what I do, and sometimes it doesn't even work. But more often than not, whenever I'm using cheat room, like if I'm using cheat room in Skyrim or the cheat terminal in Fallout, it's on a test run, or to get my character up to the point that I need them to be. Right? Like if I'm doing like a quote-unquote continued story, that's what I'm using cheat room for, is to just say, I need to get to level 35 immediately, because that's where I last left off, plus I need all my gear again, so I'm just gonna make it. That's what it's for. Alright, then we got the most popular mods, which all seem to be the same shit that we already saw. So are these the only mods available right now? Let's see, what's in the latest?
Has anyone had time to even make mods?
Aside from the verified people, it doesn't really look like it. I see one mod here that isn't verified. We have the Galactic Junk Recycler. Venworks Junk Recycler will break down your old armor, weapons, and clothing, books, and junk from your exploration and give you usable resources at any workbench in the game. We want this to be an option for players that do not like the outpost mining mess and need a way to get the resources you can't from pure exploration. So it's Fallout. It's Fallout's destroy the item to get more items. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the Fallout system. But so far, that looks like it's it. Those are the only mods available right now. Oh, wait, no. There's 2 more here at the bottom. We've got some starting credits and all Starborn armor. For people that don't want to play the game 10 fucking times. And then we have concept art Aquila. Modifies Aquila's savanna biome to look more like the 2021 concept art. Which means it's snowy. Which I honestly like way fucking more than the dirty, muddy, gross fucking environment that Aquila ends up becoming. This just looks a million times better. God damn. That's a really tempting fucking mod right there. But yeah, that's it. That's it so far. It's gonna take time for people to make things, you know, obviously. Oh, what's this? Starfield community patch? How is this different from the unofficial patch? The Starfield community patch is a collective effort by mod authors and the wider player community of Starfield to fix bugs, errors, and other inconsistencies present in the game. This includes tweaks, typos, and other changes that may have been missed or not yet released by the developers. The overall goal is to improve the vanilla experience for all players. The community patch is intended to be owned by the community, rather than an individual or team. This means it will be open to contributors and the responsibility for creating the latest build that may shift and change over the life of the game. Ah, I see. So the community patch is the direct opponent to Arthmore's unofficial Starfield patch. Which is why the 2 descriptions are nearly identical. The difference being, we don't have to worry about threats by Arthmore, because he has done that in the past. Threatening to remove the mod or shit like that. This is a community-owned thing. So yeah, that's interesting how we already have 2 opposing forces. I will safely say I'd rather download the community patch over Arthmore's shit, just because I don't like him. But yeah, that looks like it's it. That's all the mods that I'm seeing so far. It makes sense that 90% of this shit is verified creators, because fucking, of course it would be. Yeah, so bizarre. It's gonna take some time before we actually see anything new, so I guess we'll just have to wait on that. Going back to check just to make sure there isn't anything that we're actually missing. Nope, yep, that's it. Alright, so we're just gonna continue then from where I last saved. So I guess I'm gonna try to see if I can't find that whatchamacallit? The Trackers Alliance lady?
Oh, give it a shot.
Might as well. Because, I mean, that is a meaningful addition to the game that is being added for free. Oh my god. which is kind of curious because you don't really see that very often. Not in a Bethesda game, anyway. Most of the additions to the game are added through a paid thing. It is kind of curious because, like, looking at the Hearthfire mod for Skyrim, that was like a $5. I said it was a mod, didn't I? Looking at the Hearthfire DLC for Skyrim, that's like the equivalent of like some mods nowadays, like just with the amount of things that it adds, because it's adding in 3 buildable homes that are like modular, as well as adding in like a whole new crafting system and all new items to the leveled lists and shit like that, a new adoption system, all sorts of stuff. So it's really interesting to see the difference over time. How this mod that is very clearly, or this, Jesus Christ, this DLC that could easily pass for a mod would probably end up being a creation nowadays. It's very odd. Okay, weird. All of my boost pack audio is broken.
Good start.
Good start. Great start. Let me just make a proper fucking save game right here in case the shit decides to explode. Alright, where, how, what? So I guess we'll just go to any old location. I guess we'll try Aquila, since that's like the first place I would think of as a bounty hunting location. Something else I've noticed that the loading screens have just straight up broken. Like, they don't even show me any images anymore. It's just a black screen.
Oh.
Which is kind of disappointing because it used to show me all of my custom photos that I did, but not anymore.
Been looking for you. Let's talk.
Ah, yeah. There's no missing this mysterious Trackers Alliance lady because she's literally just right fucking in front of you when you spawn in.
Hey. I'm glad I finally caught up with you. I'm from the Trackers Alliance. We have a proposal for you.
Be honest, this isn't about my outstanding bounty, is it?
It's definitely not. They wouldn't send me after you for that, and if they did, you'd already
Why
be
does the
bagged and
tracker
tagged.
lady have a bounty on her?
She doesn't. It's my bounty, because I have the
Oh.
wanted perk. This is a proposal? No thanks. I'm already happily married.
What? Oh, got it. You're trying to make a joke. Emphasis on trying. Yes, it's a proposal. No, not that kind of proposal. The Trackers Alliance has been following
Damn, I
your
was hoping
exploits
Andrea
and
would
believe
actually
you have
respond
what
to
it
that.
takes to join our ranks. You're being invited to our new headquarters in Aquila City. There you'll meet
Oh,
with
perfect.
Agent
I'm already
Number
here.
1. If you decide to consider our offer, they'll guide you through our initiation process.
I have questions.
Well, I'd expect you do.
What if I say no?
What if you do? Well, I would hope that you'd seriously
I'm
consider
asking
our
you,
offer.
bitch.
Doesn't matter to me. You're free to make your own choices. I found you, I delivered my message, so my job here is done.
Alright, why should I join?
If you have any inclination of being a bounty hunter, then this is the best deal you're going to get. I'm not here to convince you. I've just been instructed to deliver the message. Your questions would be best answered by Agent Number 1 at the HQ.
What did you say your name was?
There will be time for introductions later, assuming you decide to join us. But until then, there's really no need for me to share that information with you.
I didn't know there was a Tracker's HQ. Where was the old one?
Well, there's a reason for that. It used to be on a remote planet in a remote part of the galaxy. Agent Number 1 decided that it would be better if we had more of a public presence. So we purchased the old McCall estate and turned it into our headquarters. Okay, then.
Alright, I'll be there.
Wonderful. I appreciate you hearing me out. I'll be heading out soon if there's nothing more. Remember, Trackers Alliance HQ in Aquila City. Speak to Agent Number 1.
This woman talks like a female Trump. Wonderful, I was hoping that you would be saying that. Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Hi.
Oh boy, the frame rate in Aquila is just as bad as it
Aquila
used
City
to be.
rather well. Perhaps better than I would like.
Did they add in new
Terraforming is a more important advancement than space travel.
clothes for these
Definitely
people?
an argument for both.
Frankly,
I've seen a lot more people in like a leather duster than I used to. Where the fuck am I going? The old McCall estate? Am I supposed to know where the fuck that is? Also, wait a minute. Isn't that the place that, what's his name, tried to buy? That asshole that you run into?
Sounds like it. So it's just in the middle of the city somewhere.
I'm assuming then that quest would only proc after
The
you've
rock
had
is
that
surprisingly well
conversation.
fortified. The early settlers here were quite practical.
Yeah, they even have a big old Trackers Alliance logo slapped on it now. I mean, I would hope, because otherwise that would cause some issues, you
Kinda
know,
weird reaching out
in terms
to
of
them. It's
timeline.
The other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, you
Convinced.
have to go into the tracker building to finish
No, I
the
trust you, but
quest where you have to talk to the guys in that house.
only one away.
Yeah, that'd be
That
weird.
doesn't make any sense.
Roach!
Know what happened the last time I was paired up? I don't want
Roach!
this new one to. What?
Our new potential recruit. He's
Standing right here. Yeah, I said I know. I'm aware of his presence, have been since he walked in the door. I said what I said. I stand by it. And rookie, don't you dare let me down. Got a lot to prove around here.
Boy, this dialogue is already
My time is
desyncing
yours,
left and right.
should you need it.
And these guys are unnecessarily edgy for no reason. Like, right
Look
off
what
the
the Astra
bat.
dragged in. Pretty sure Agent No One wants to talk to you.
Alright, that's funny. Agent No One. Is that? Okay, no, there's nothing really special about this. So you thought the ecliptic dialogue was cringe with that voice modulator? Boy, you're gonna hate this one.
No, it's even worse.
It's even worse.
Good trait for a tracker. Anyhow, we can talk about punctuality or we can get down to business. I am Agent Number 1, or No One, if you prefer. It seems you've decided to entertain our offer. Good.
Do you have to throw a tracker my way and scare me half to death?
Understood. Being visited by a tracker can be intimidating. Despite what others may tell you, a little fear can be healthy. That being said, we devoted resources to reach out to you that we could have used elsewhere. Were I you, I would feel honored by that.
Alright, you're making these guys out to be more important than they are. Yeah, sure, why the fuck not? I want to be a tracker.
A drop of enthusiasm can create an ocean of success. Remember that. However, it is not as simple as
It's almost like she heard the sarcasm in my
You
voice.
must be tested in the field and face a true challenge before taking up the mantle of tracker. Do you have any questions before we proceed?
Why me?
Why not you? I know of your accomplishments. Your bravery on Vectera, fighting off the Crimson Fleet, made the news. You aided our
That was
trackers
like a
alliance
year
in
ago.
Pennsylvania, bringing to justice an elusive target. In Aquila City, you thwarted a dangerous hostage situation without violence. Without hesitation, you saved lives in New Atlantis when one of the most deadly
Oh my god.
predators in the universe attacked.
Is she gonna
And
outline
I know
every
you
single
Do not
thing
feel
that
like
I've ever done?
That is a secret I respect and will take to the grave. I could say more, but trust that you would not be here if I did not believe you worthy.
She outlined 5 different things that I did. Even things like the mantis, which no one should be aware of.
Right.
How do you know about that? Like, what the hell? How is this different from going after bounties on the mission board?
The mission boards are merely a tool we use to expand our reach to freelancers who either do not have the capabilities or the desire to work with the Trackers Alliance in a more official capacity. To put it simply, those bounties are trifles compared to what official trackers deal with.
That is a good question,
Lower risk,
because
lower reward.
there are bounties on a mission board that you can just do.
Yeah, she basically said that those are trifling bounties. They're
Oh,
nothing
okay.
compared to what actual trackers have to deal with. So it's kind of like in Red Dead, really, where you have regular bounty missions that you just pull off the board and you
And
know,
there's,
either blow their
like,
heads
full-on
off or
missions.
tie them up. And yeah, then there's the legendary bounties, which I'm assuming this is going to be, which would make my initial assessment of, boy, they really wanted Aquila to be Red Dead Town even more strong. Because this is word for word ripping off the Red Dead bounty system.
Right.
So far. Yeah, okay, sure, I'm ready to
Something
officially
telling you.
try out for the
Excellent.
trackers.
Before we accept you as an official tracker, you'll need to demonstrate competency in the field. To that end, I would like you to first accept the available bounty on the wanted display on the nearby wall, then report back to me.
Okay.
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose?
Bounty, the Starjacker. Open to all recovery agents. Reward 10,000 credits. That's pretty fucking good. But he's wanted alive.
Well, it isn't the rookie. Hey, you should speak with Agent No One first.
When do I get to
The
talk to
Alliance
this
is
asshole,
strong
huh?
and getting stronger by the day. Good. You have your mission. Once you are a tracker, you may not get a briefing like this for your missions. You'll be expected to handle them by yourself.
What's up, Ted?
You've been doing this a while, huh?
What if I don't know what to do?
Then you will not make it far as a tracker. No one said this would be easy. It's up to you to investigate, follow clues, and hunt for your target. They're not always so kind as to tell us where they're hiding.
How's that possible when you've been doing this for
Is there a reason you don't give the trackers more direction?
The Trackers Alliance facilitates bounty hunting. We don't hold hands. For all intents and purposes, you are an independent entity affiliated with the Trackers
Roach is out there
Alliance.
chasing
You
down
may utilize our resources, including our database if need be, but you cannot expect someone to be with you every step of the way. That is not how we operate.
So, like,
Fair
is
enough.
he not as
I can
good as
handle
you?
that.
Excellent. I knew you could.
What it sounds
The target for this mission is admittedly one of our toughest. Not because of how dangerous he is, but because of how often he's evaded us in the past. His name is Hannibal Eutropio. He's wanted for 94 counts of spaceship grand theft. We have
Damn.
reason to believe he runs a chop shop somewhere out in the fringes, but we do not know where. Luckily, we have intel that one of his associates, Adrastos Dakota, is currently here in Aquila City. For your first mission, you were assigned a partner, Roach. He will have more information.
Oh boy.
Speak with him.
They're giving me Roach. A chop shop, huh? What's that?
Hannibal's crew steals spaceships and brings them someplace where they can illegally strip them for parts, or make the ships completely untraceable. Then he modifies them and resells them, or their parts, for a tidy profit. Hence the name Chop Shop.
It sounded like Roach didn't want to work with me. You sure about that?
Roach has been instructed that if he wants to continue in our service, he will comply. He will get over it. He always does. I
He'll
trust
get
that his
over it.
demeanor will ease once he gets to know you.
Okay. I'll speak with him then.
Roach is one of our best trackers. You would do well to learn from his techniques. I wish you the
His
best of luck.
techniques.
Leave no quarter.
Leave no
Show
quarter.
mercy.
That's a phrase I can get behind more.
Man,
All right,
I
Roach.
gotta say, being a tracker
That's not
is
Roach.
pretty awesome.
That's Tank.
Oh, hey. I heard we were getting a new tracker.
This guy looks like
Nice
Ice
to meet
Cube.
you. Call me Tank, because there ain't no stopping me. I'm new around here too, but if you've ever seen me run the Red Mile, you know I'm not just blowing smoke. Anyway, hit me up if you,
You ran
want to
the
swap
Red
pointers,
Mile? How
or
come I didn't
just
see
shoot
your
the
name
shit,
on the
you know?
list? Yeah, you ran the Red Mile?
Yeah,
But you weren't looking.
I've been doing it for a while. 19 successful runs
19
last I checked
successful
the leaderboard.
runs? Isn't that, like,
Anyway,
pretty high?
keeps my skills sharp, which is even more important now that I'm a tracker. I know I don't look like much of a tracker or a runner, but I'm cool with people underestimating me. Makes it that much more special when I crush their expectations.
You wanted to swap pointers? What did you think I could teach you?
I don't know. There's got to be something, right? Like, how would you deal with a target that seems ready to blow your brains out, but you know he's not in his right mind? Like he's on Aurora or something.
I'd kill him. He's ready to blow my brains out, but he's high on drugs. That sounds pretty specific. Did this happen to you?
Kind of. Yeah. No, it did.
It did.
Almost exactly like that. It was my first mission, and I froze up. Luckily, I had a partner for the mission. He was creeping up behind the guy, tackled him and cuffed him before he could do anything. Obviously, I still think about it.
Well, I wish I could ask him, did you need to take him in dead or alive? But that's not an option, because that would genuinely change the answer to my question. If he's wanted dead or alive, fucking shoot him. But if he's wanted alive specifically, yeah, I'd have to see how it plays out. You don't want to shoot someone unless you'd have to. I would give him the opportunity. I'd kill him immediately. If I felt he would do it, I would end him, but I wouldn't like it. Yeah, I kind of like that option. If I felt like he would do it, I would end him.
Ending someone's life is never easy. You think it would be for trackers like us,
Ending
given
someone's
the
life
dead
is never
part of
easy. Bitch,
wanted
I've killed
dead or
like over
alive. It
500,000
is for
people.
some,
or whatever.
but I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be. Yet, if I've got to do it, I will. Like you, I just feel bad.
Really? You're a rookie then, huh? What's it been like for you?
Good. It's been good. Kind of easy compared to the Red Mile, maybe. I mean, people may be unpredictable, but they're easier to take down than the beasts on Porima 3. Heck, sometimes they give up willingly. And the other trackers seem to appreciate my work. Even the grumpy ones who think I'm too soft. But they shut up real quick when they see me in action.
Why do the other trackers think you're soft?
Probably because I'm too friendly. Almost everyone around here is either all business or standoffish. Maybe that's just what happens after you do this for a while. But nah, not me. Gotta take some
They
time
think
away
I'm
from
soft
being a
because I
ruthless
cry
bounty hunter
after
to
every
be
time
a
I
real
bring in a
human
bounty.
being, you know? Otherwise, what's the point of it
He
all?
makes it sound like
And
that
it's
too.
the same with some of these targets. Some of them just messed up real bad.
Yeah, some of
and
them
deserve
just
another
messed up and
chance.
deserve another
You need to
chance.
remember,
Like, come on.
They're people.
They're
And
people.
not just a picture with the fat cred stick attached.
You gotta think about what they did to get themselves in this position, man. Genuinely. Well, I say that, but we also had Benjamin fucking Bayou put hits out on us several times, and we're not allowed to kill
Hey,
that
catch you
motherfucker
on the
for
flip.
reasons.
Watch more than you speak. You'll learn faster. I'm pleased you chose to join us. Call me Inevitable.
Oh my god, you're all so fucking cringe. This bitch's name is Inevitable.
That's a first.
Yeah. Inevitable. That's your call sign.
Yes. I chose this call sign to remind me how important it is to take my time. My work may take longer than others, but I never make mistakes. And I always find my quarry. No one has escaped me in over 40 years.
Over 40 years, huh? That means you're old as fuck, which means your time is running. Oh, I guess that's why she calls herself Inevitable, because she knows death will get here at some point. Because that's why she said that's why I chose it, because it is inevitable, or whatever the fuck. I kind of get it, but it's like... It's stupid. Like, why can't they just have cool bounty hunter names? Like Django Fett. Or some, you know what I mean? Something cool. Instead of dumb shit like Number 1 and Inevitable and Tank and Roach. I mean, Roach is cool.
McConnell.
Tank is generic. Yeah, Mitch McConnell. If there was a genuine tracker in here that was just Mitch McConnell, that'd be fucking hilarious. The turtle.
Right.
So why does it matter if I joined or if I didn't?
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't. The Trackers Alliance will function and thrive even without your help. Nevertheless, I agree with Agent Number 1 that you could prove to be a valuable asset for the Alliance. I would rather you with us than against.
Honestly, I was a bit more worried about what would happen if I didn't.
What? Did you think we would hunt you down if you declined? Please.
Yes.
That's not how we operate. No. I would have left, reported back to Agent Number 1, and we would have moved on with our lives. I didn't choose to recruit you, but I did the research and tracked you down. Surprisingly, it was not easy.
So how did you find me? Well, it wasn't easy to find me. How so?
Well, from what I can tell, despite your notable accomplishments around the settled systems, you don't stick around anywhere for too long. And following you can be a challenge as well, since it seems to be by whim where you go next.
Well, that's not true. Sometimes I'll just sit around the city for 2 hours talking mad shit about the universe. You just take off and go wherever you please. It's like, nah, man, there's only like 3 places I ever go, and it's all 3 cities. Like, it's super easy to find me. So how did you find me?
I followed some tips, then picked a busy port and waited. I'm nothing if not patient. I knew it was only a matter of time before you showed up.
Picked a busy port and waited. Bitch, you walked 10 feet out of your headquarters and just waited in the parking lot for me to show up. That's all you did. I'm assuming she would be able to find us on, like, Neon or New Atlantis or any spaceport, but, like, fuck. The fact that it happened to be in Aquila, which is where they're located, makes it seem like she did virtually fucking nothing to find me. Yeah, well, being hard to find seems like a good trait.
For you, yes. A good tracker should be as a shadow. Elusive, unnoticed, yet ever-present. For me, let's just say it exposes a vulnerability in my armor. Perhaps my skills are not, no, what they once were.
What can you say about yourself? What a weird question.
Not much. I've been doing this longer than any of the other trackers, even Agent Number 1. I pay little mind to the claim I was the best. I've no need to compare and no ego to feed. Not like Roach chasing some asinine record. My specialty is tracking our most elusive targets, which takes longer. Sometimes months or years. I do my job thoroughly, and that's all there is to it. That being said, I rarely go on the hunt these days. My experience is now far more valuable as an agent than a field tracker. My patience may be infinite, but you're pushing it.
Oh man, I thought that said, "Are you retarded?" Are you retired?
Not quite. It is rare that a tracker lives long enough that they can choose to retire. Those who do are truly fortunate. Some of us decide to continue our service to the Alliance as agents and offer our services as guides and teachers. Our experience is valued. Does that worry you at all? Does it change your mind about wanting to be a tracker?
I haven't made up my mind yet. Just taking it one day at a time.
Fair enough. A pragmatic approach is sometimes best. This isn't a gang. You're allowed to leave. Just
Allowed to
understand
leave?
that the
Really?
work may be more difficult than you might think. Bounty hunting tends to paint a target on your back and attracts those looking for revenge.
Any advice for a new tracker?
Yes, patience is your #1 virtue. That is something I did not understand fully when I was younger and less experienced. As a novice tracker, I was impetuous. One of my early quarries took advantage of this. He would wait for me to act rashly and falter, which gave him the upper hand he needed to escape. The cycle would repeat. He evaded me for years. It wasn't until I understood the value of patience that I caught up with him and finally claimed the bounty on his head. It's how I earned my call sign. It may take time, but I always get my mark.
Oh, never mind. I thought her call sign was about the inevitability of death, but it's just about how patient she is. She'll wait years, if necessary, in order to capture a target.
Oh.
You ever want to learn from the best?
Cool.
I'm your guy.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, cool. You were so bad at your job that it took you like 12 years to capture your target.
Hey, so, about earlier, when you first arrived.
Why should I care? I don't even know who you are. Now let's be nice, I guess. Yeah, let's rewind and try to start off on the right foot.
Okay. Just be careful and listen to me. I'm serious about beating this record. I don't want anyone blowing it for me. It's not personal.
What's this record you're so concerned about anyway?
The record for consecutive successful bounty missions is held by a tracker who went by the call sign Volk. 372 consecutive bounties brought in. That's 372 with no escapes, no mistakes. Came close to beating this record, but, well, didn't. Guy was a legend around here, but don't bring him up. It's a bit of a sore spot for a lot of trackers.
Why don't the other trackers like talking about Volt? Or Volk, whatever.
You ever work with someone who was really good at their job, but just seemed to rub everyone the wrong way? The boss won't do anything about it because they're afraid of losing that person. It was like that with Volk and the previous Agent No One. Except Volk was just needlessly cruel to his quarries. And everyone. Even his allies. I mean, like, torturing children to draw out their parents kind of cruel.
Ah, nice.
Bad dude. He killed the previous No One. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And neither should you.
Wow, that's probably like the cruelest thing this game has ever brought up. So, the guy who held the record for the most consecutive bounties had 372 completed, no mistakes, no escapes. But his methods were extremely cruel, and he tortured children. And he also killed the previous, I don't know, guild master or whatever. So I'm assuming whatever this quest line is going to lead to us killing him or whatever. But I guess we're probably going to have to pay for that inclusion.
I'm waiting for you, not the other way around.
You said you came close to beating the record? What happened?
I was doing great until I volunteered to partner up with a rookie like you. They ran in, guns blazing, got shot up, and we had to evac, which let our mark get away. Couldn't save him either, so waste all around. But now, I'm being voluntold that I need to partner up with you for reasons I don't want to get into right now. So, best not disappoint me.
Alright, you got it.
Good. Glad we had this talk. Now let's get down to business. This Adrastos guy is our ticket to finding Hannibal. We find him, bring him in, and get the information out of him. Any questions?
Have you ever gone after this Hannibal guy before?
If I had, he'd already be dead or behind bars. I know he's slipped away from all the other trackers who've gone after him, but my plan will let us finally get the drop on this slippery chasm bass.
What if the informant, Adrastos, doesn't talk?
Don't worry about that. They always talk. Eventually. We'll make sure of that.
Alright. No questions, let's get our guy.
Right. Adrastos was last sighted in town, so we're going to go out there and you'll use your scanner to find him. Once
Perfect.
we do, we'll convince him to chat with us. By force, if need be. If you don't have any more questions, let's hit the road.
Oh, let's hit the road. Roach is now following you. Is he a follower? Proper? Like, does Andreja just leave? Interesting. Any good tracker tips?
Ah, so you want to learn from the best. Well, let me tell you. All that matters in this line of work is that you get the job done. Sometimes that means skirting the law. It's usually on our side anyway. Alive or dead means you've got a choice. Don't get too hung up on it. Always go with whatever guarantees success. No sense bringing morality into it. These people are wanted criminals on the run from justice. Last thing, competition is a strong motivator. That's how I got where I am today.
Well, if we're gonna work together, what can you tell me about yourself?
It's good and all you want to get to know me, but I don't see how it's going to help us right now. Let's focus on the mission first. It'll tell us more about each other than any small talk ever could. And if you still want to know more, we can talk when we get back.
Fair enough. You really think Adrastos is gonna lead us to Hannibal?
It's the hope. He's our only lead at the moment. Now, if the question is, do I trust him? That's a different story. But again, we do what we can with the information we have.
Why hasn't anyone been able to catch Hannibal?
Funny you ask. Until recently, no one even knew what he looked like. Despite his many crimes, he's managed to keep an exceptionally low profile. As you can imagine, it's hard to find someone when you don't know their face and can't find their base of operations. This is compounded by the fact that he never leaves a trace, and we never know when or where he'll strike next. The fact that we got info linking Adrastos to him is a damn miracle.
How do we have a picture of his face if nobody knows what he looks like?
Look, I know you enjoy my company, but this isn't how you stay on my good side.
What do you think about this mission?
I think we were given a bum deal. Hannibal has been on the wanted list for ages, and no tracker's been able to nab him despite many trying. But maybe Agent No One's expectations are low, and they just want to see how you handle a tough but low-stakes situation. For that, I guess it's perfect. I just wish they weren't intent on dragging my record down with it.
How do I use my scanner to find Adrastos? Can't we just, you know, look around?
Easy. I assume you've used your scanner to find resources? Well, it's like that. Except you'll be scanning people for active bounties. I'll even make it easy for you this time and let you know when I see him. But when you're on your own, no one will be there to hold your hand. Normally, you'd either kill your target or disable and arrest him. At that point, you'd put a tracking beacon on him and someone would be called in to take him away. But we're bringing this guy with us for this mission.
Does that mean I need an EM weapon?
Don't get yourself killed out there.
Okay, no, Andre is still following us. So, I guess they've changed the scanner to make it so that it can scan people for bounties?
Open up your scanner and look for anyone with a bounty. We may need to check other areas of the city, but it's bound to be here.
Alright, well, let's go to the shittiest part of town first. I feel like they definitely made some updates to the generic NPCs wandering around, because they look quite different. They don't look nearly as hideous and grotesque as they used to. There were some ugly motherfuckers out here.
Improvements are improvements, I guess.
Yeah. Like, they're not noticeably hideous. They're just kind of normal looking. Which is kind of, I don't know, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, I thought it was really funny that they were all just, like, fucking ugly. And now that they're all just kind of normal looking, it's like, ah, oh well. The novelty is gone, you know?
Right.
I'm really not quite sure
Do you see
what
anything
this
useful?
is supposed to be doing for me. Oh, is that him? Yeah, he's got the big red fucking glowing icon. Yeah, grand larceny, trespass, insurance fraud. Yeah, this is our guy. He's worth 10,000 as well.
Hey,
bitch.
can I help you?
Ooh. Huh. I heard you know where I can buy a ship. Something hot, if you know what I mean.
I think I might have that kind of connection. What's it to you?
Where's Hannibal? I'm gonna count to 5 before I beat the shit out of you.
Oh, okay. I know a tracker when I see one. I'll talk. Okay, fine. I'll tell you what you want to know.
What a
What
jarring
exactly
fucking
do you want to know?
interrogation.
Something about
Just
Hannibal,
opens
right?
with the
You need to tell us
the
where it
deceptive.
is. Then,
Oh yeah, you know where I can buy a stolen ship? And then jumping right into,
got it.
did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Just like fucking threatening to kill him. Like, yeah, okay. Those are the only options I really had, so what the fuck am I supposed to do? How do we know this guy won't just lie to us?
Because I'm sure Mr. Tall, Dark, and Menacing over here will make sure the rest of my existence is both painful and humiliating.
God, this guy has such like a lame fucking voice for him to be a quote-unquote 10,000 bounty. Yeah, no lies, no tricks. If so, no one's gonna miss you.
Got it. Cooperator go missing. Crystal. Truth is, Hannibal could be anywhere. I don't know how to tell you where he is.
I don't believe you. You better start spilling more.
But I know where to find his chop shop.
What else can you tell me about it?
I don't know what you want me to say. Hannibal's got a team of spacers, mechanics mostly, but also some muscle. If you're planning on going, you best be prepared to fight, because they don't like unannounced visitors.
Wonderful. Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Well, let's just say I've got an interest in not pissing you off. It's an old abandoned star yard in the Andromos system. Andromos 4A to be exact. Surrounded by a field of giant space rocks. Can't miss it. Actually, you can. That's kind of the point.
Great. You're coming with us, then. You run, you die. You cause a commotion, you die. You so much as sneeze without asking.
I die. I think I get it. Well, what are we waiting for? To the chop shop.
Right. Hey, rookie, a word?
So, this guy's got an interesting problem where he just can't keep his eyes open. He's just falling asleep mid-conversation.
That's pretty wild.
So normally,
Yeah.
you register Drastos with the system and leave him bound for someone to come pick him up. But we need him to tag along with us. Now, if we show up in my ship, we'll lose the element of surprise. I'd rather keep our cards close to our chest. Gives Hannibal less chance to escape.
You really trust this guy's not leading us into a trap?
Not really. Seemed a little too easy, but what other choice do we have? I'm not about to let this opportunity to bag Hannibal get away from us. Worst case, we shoot a bunch of baddies and we still have a Drastos.
Maybe we can use his ship.
Nah, too many unknowns. What if he's got a crew waiting for him? What if he's got a way to jettison us into space? I don't like it. No, I've got something else in mind. See, the last guy I took in wound up dead and unknowingly donated his ship. It's a nice ride, and the parts are valuable. We'll use that. Drastos here is gonna help us on the comms as we approach.
Oh, I am?
Or he'll find himself in deep space without a suit. He's going to play it as if he jacked a ship and brought it to be chopped up. And he's going to do it without giving it away that we're on board because he knows what'll happen if he does.
As I was saying, I'm going to do just that.
I've got a crew on my ship. What about them?
If you need them, bring them along for the ride. But they need to listen and stay off the comms. Of course, maybe you're a little cramped in there with everyone, so maybe you could just let your crew take leave for a bit. Up to you. It's your op.
What'll we do with the Drastos when we get there?
He'll stay behind on the ship. Not much trouble he can get into with his hands tied, and there isn't exactly anywhere he can go.
I don't trust that. What happens if our cover's blown?
Plan doesn't change much. There'll just be more bodies, and hopefully Hannibal won't escape.
Right. Well, it seems as good a plan as any. Let's give it a shot.
Great. Let's get to it then. The ship's parked at the spaceport. You'll be the one in the pilot's seat, so I can keep an eye on our good buddy Adrastos. Let's wrap this one up nice and quick.
Board the decoy ship.
Everything good? We're here to help.
So, one of the things I'm noticing with this quest is the
My mother wanted me to be
noticeable silence of our companions. They're just not talking. Even
that
when
always hurts
you'd
it.
think they would talk. Yeah. Especially because it's Andrea, or Andrea, whatever. And she's technically my wife. And even when I made the wife comment, she didn't say anything. It's like, damn, I thought for sure that would get her to react. And nothing happened. Oh, this is the ship? It's fucking hideous. I'm assuming I'll get to keep this thing afterwards, so I might actually be able to fool around with the customization later, because I didn't really...
Okay.
Oh boy, that's fucking funny. So the guy we have with us is handcuffed, and he's just doing the most awkward sprint in the world.
You handcuff him, but you also let him run on his own.
Yes. Yeah, he's just running around with his arms bound, pretty much. You know, now that I think about it, ship decoration could actually be significantly useful for things like companion wayhabs. Those small 1x1s. Because that would actually solve a lot of my issues regarding space. So, do I get to own this ship? That'd be kind of nice. Be a little cherry on top.
I've found something for you.
This is now your home ship. Hell yeah.
Time to push some G's.
Oh, we brought Sam! The loudest motherfucker when he literally just said we gotta keep the comms quiet. We brought Sam and his fucking daughter. God damn it.
Everything looks so pretty up here. We're in orbit.
It's crazy how these power within quests are just procking left and right when before they were not. So they definitely fixed some sort of bug or something, because that shit did not used to work. Even if, because it's supposed to proc when you enter a system or get within range of a planet that has an anomaly, like your sensors are actually able to pick it up. And it's supposed to add that quest to your list.
Another jump down.
But it never did. Because I would often... Uh-oh.
You should expect them to hail you. When they do, keep your mouth shut. That was a great shot at their grass drive. What in the shit's this is Bob's message. It's Drastos. He knows.
So one of the things that I'm noticing right off the bat that is kind of a bit of an issue with this quest line is the fact that I'm immediately being assaulted by bounty hunters, despite the fact that I am myself now a bounty
hunter on a mission.
On a mission, and yet I am still wanted. Yeah, it really should have, it probably should have wiped the bounty. As much as I wouldn't like that, because I do enjoy getting randomly jumped every now and then, I think it probably should have had, you know, something to account for that.
Right.
Instead of bounty hunters are showing up to take in another bounty hunter. It's like, that's a little confusing.
That's far enough. Hailing frequencies are open. State your business or move along.
Hey, it's me, Adrastos. Am I coming in?
Loud and clear, Mr. Dakota.
Perfect. Look, I just lifted this sweet ride from some poor sap in Aquila. I need to bring it into the shop. You got room?
She's a beaut, all right. We'll get those numbers filed off, and then we'll decide if we want to keep her as is or strip her for parts. Bay 1 is almost free. You're clear to dock with it. See you on the inside.
See, look at that. Smooth and easy as Chunk's pie.
We'll see. Make sure you're suited up and ready for anything, rookie. Easy part's over. Expect resistance once we get inside. Something tells me they're not gonna take kindly to us.
Probably not. Hey, what about me?
What about you? You're staying right here on board, and we're locking the door behind us so no one can get in or out. You know, just in case you were hoping for your friends to help you. Me and my partner will go in and grab Hannibal. We'll be back before you know it.
Sounds like you got it all figured out. I'd say good luck, but that doesn't exactly work in my favor, so... I don't know. Don't have too much fun without me? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Good lord, that dialogue went on for way too fucking long. They couldn't cut that and put in some companion lines? Probably too expensive to get all those people back. It's funny though, because they have...
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Andrea's lines are prominently featured in the trailer.
Okay, rookie. Remember, they shoot at us, that's on them. They chose their fate. It's open season on assholes. It's my preference to take Hannibal in alive. He's more valuable that way. But if it comes down to it, we'll do what we've got to do.
Oh yeah, they're just opening right up. They're just shooting.
Why do they even try?
At least it's a zero-G segment. They know now that's actually pretty good. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. There's attachments now for melee weapons. I was like, what is a quantum-edged rip shank? What the fuck does that mean? I guess I'll grab that just so I can find out later. I totally forgot they added, like, melee mods and shit. I'll have to take a look at that in a second, after we clear this place out.
We're under attack! Don't let them in the floating bay! We're going into lockdown!
Oh, Hannibal's the one that sounds like a fucking child? Guess that makes sense. Oh, and I can make bullets now. I totally forgot. So all of my ammunition problems will evaporate. Those are some good quality of life changes, I will say. Being able to craft bullets and the melee stuff is nice for people that do that. Those are genuinely good changes.
Yeah, yeah.
Door's locked. Fuck me. Gotta find a computer. Spacer beast. Shotgun's so busted. Well, there's a lot of people here. And this guy in zero G really came at me with a knife.
Anytime they would attack, man, the weapons, it just seems stupid.
Yeah. There's so many of them, though. That's what's funny about it. Like, it's just like a common thing to do is to attack with these shit-tier weapons. I guess now they might actually be a bit more threatening, just because they've added mods and shit, and you can find them in better, like, tiers and quality. It's still really annoying that they didn't add the ability to improve weapons. That's something that I still think is sorely missing.
Best you can do!
Tesla negotiator. I did not mean to pick that up. But, cool. This guy had the key. Thank God I found it on him. That opens this up. Which leads computer, which will open up the rest of the place. Ah, find the Sunsail ship key. And that's probably where Hannibal is then. Extensive heat leech damage. Wow, that's so fucking lame. There's allusions to the vulture creation actively in this quest. So if you want to go see what happens with that thing, you gotta pay $7 or whatever. So dumb. Done, refurbished, and upgraded.
Alright, I'm all done.
Fire was
What I was doing. I'm headed out now.
very well.
So, take it easy. I'll see you around.
Yep. Hopefully we got more going on next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep. See ya. See, buyers are eager to get it back, paid extra for a rush order, very discreet. Never seen a ship quite like this one. Said they wanted a ship to rival the Razorleaf, whatever the fuck that is. Okay, well, that's curious. Secure your shit. Gravity staying off. Huh. Personal correspondence. Living quarters, huh? Great. Like I'm supposed to know where that is?
It's time!
This is a cool dungeon, though. I'll give him that much.
Really use your help, Brooke!
Jesus Christ. Is Roach fucking dead?
It's on!
Oh no, he's fine. Okay, woo, I thought he died. I was like, damn, did I fuck it up by just letting him die?
Those are some bad guys that won't bother anyone. If you got time to talk, my comm is open.
Nia Kalu? Oh, who? Where? Comms? What the fuck is going on?
God! This would be a lot easier if you didn't fight back!
Who was trying to talk to me before? That was very bizarre. Like, I feel like things are just happening. Like, I'm getting further in the dungeon, but I'm missing stuff that may or may not be important. Well, that doesn't do anything. Crew quarters, okay. Guess we're going in the right direction. Well, the enemies really aren't doing as much damage as they used to me, even though I'm pretty sure I set the damage to extreme or whatever.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find
Still
in their
not...
pockets.
They're just not hitting very hard, which is odd. Alright, so... we're looking for a key, right? Or I guess more so we're looking for a locker that'll have a key in it. But I don't know quite where that'll be. A lot of these guys have, whatchamacallits, Trackers Alliance backpacks. And really good ones at that. Ah, that's the key. Okay. Whoops. Come on, get out. Alright, well, now where the fuck do I go? I could keep going up, I think. Cafeteria now. Or is this where we came from? This is where we came from. Okay, hold on. Wait. If I go up, that's just a window. If I go this way... is this where I came from? I honestly don't know anymore. It might not matter. It might just... it might all loop around. Hello. What is up here? Fire the missile pod?
Maybe we could blast our way in and get the drop on Hannibal. If I recall the layout of the station from the outside, it should give us access to the docking bay. And there's only a slight chance it'll jettison us into space. I'm willing to take the risk.
Wow. This is actually a really stupid fucking plan. Because that risk that it could jettison us into space is high. It's a high risk. How the fuck do I get in here? I really hate trying to figure out how the hell to get inside of a ship. It's always the worst. It's gotta be from the bottom, right? Like there's gotta be a landing thing somewhere.
Let's bust in.
Okay. Ah, man. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do any of this crap. Thankfully, it's a novice lock, so it should just be one and done pretty quick.
I hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered.
Yeah, we're fine. I'm still really curious who the fuck was talking to us over the comms there for a second. Because I didn't... I don't know, I wasn't really paying too much attention because I was kind of getting shot at. Is there one guy left in the ship? Cockpit's inaccessible, huh? That's kind of lame. Alright, I guess we'll continue up the stairs. Is that the only choice we had? Okay. SOS. Rasselhog. Missile pod. I guess there isn't really a reason to fire anything else.
Hell yeah! That sounded like it might have done the trick. Hey, explosive decompression, so we're good.
For now. Huh, interesting.
Damn it.
Light him up! Found me a target. I liked him anyway.
That guy's level 96. It's something that can absolutely melt me. Yeah, he's doing like, some significant damage to me. Oh, come on.
I cannot wait.
This thing sucks. Oh, he died off screen. Cool. Well, someone got him.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Don't shoot!
Oh, there he
Give
is.
up! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up! You got the wrong guy. I'm not Hannibal, I swear. I just work for him.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not, I swear. The jig's up. I'm done. I want out. It's like this, see? Hannibal rarely goes out. But when he does, he goes under an assumed identity and leaves me in charge. Sometimes it's a Drastos, sometimes it's Chase, Jackie, Scotty, whatever. He's got 100 of them. It's one of the reasons he never gets caught. I'm just Deke. Deke Hansen.
Motherfuck. I don't want to believe him, but it makes sense.
I have a feeling you're getting to the good part then.
I ain't sure there's any parts about this you'd consider good. Whole reason he does this is in case someone comes looking for him. He's gotta have at least a couple dozen other contingency plans even I don't know about.
Luckily, Adrastos, Hannibal, whoever the hell he is still on our ship. He didn't think that part through. What do you want to do with this guy? Your call, rookie. For what it's worth, I don't remember ever seeing a bounty for a Deke Hansen.
Kill him. Take him back to our ship. We'll let the authorities sort this out.
Roger that. Okay, come on, Deke. You're coming with us.
Hello, trackers. By now you've probably found my associate Deke and learned that he is not, in fact, me, and that I am not who I said I was. Darn it, I know, right? Anyway, if you look out the window, you can see I'm taking your beautiful ship. Thanks, by the way. But don't worry, I won't leave you stranded. I'm not that bad a guy. You'll find a container nearby with a key to an old junker that should hold up long enough to get you home. I've left you some other goodies too, just so there's no hard feelings. It should unlock now. As for me, I think I'm out of the stolen ship business after this, so I won't trouble you anymore. So long, and thanks for playing.
Almost makes it hard to hate him. Almost. Well, we gotta get back to HQ. Let's see what he's left us and hope he's not luring us into a death trap.
Can I come with you?
No, hell no, fuck no. Why didn't you take the junker when you had the chance?
I couldn't. I didn't have the key. And apparently Hannibal decided to give it to you instead of me, which I'm still struggling to understand.
Sure, you can come along.
Oh, thank you.
No, nuh-uh, not happening. You're a mechanic. You've got ships. Figure it out. We're leaving. End of discussion.
Damn, we can't even be nice to him,
Can we just
huh?
not talk about this right now?
Time to get to work, I guess.
Alright, so what did they give us? So we got this Advanced Arc Might Plasma Cutter. So that's a whole new weapon. The Extreme Temperature Entry Helmet, which looks kind of cool depending on who you ask. Extreme Entry Jetpack. Extreme Entry Spacesuit, which kind of, you know, it's okay. Astra. I don't know what the fuck that is. You found an Astra. This rare currency can be found across the galaxy. Once you go to the Trackers Alliance HQ, complete your first bounty mission for them, and become an official tracker, you will be able to give Astras to a tracker agent named Stash in exchange for rare equipment. Okay. Charged diodes. This item can be used as a component in crafting. That's new. Junker Watchdog Key, and the Ship Breaker's Cutter. So that's a neat little unique ship breaker. Or cutter, I should say. Oh, and it's light as fuck. Yeah, that's gonna replace what's-his-name's easily. Got the plasma cutter. Interesting. Okay. I love how we just have our... Did he steal our crew?
Damn, he wasn't kidding. This thing looks like it can barely fly. Still, that Hannibal is something else. Could have marooned us and left us to starve. At least we can get home. The quicker we put this mission behind us, the better. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, this thing is just a piece of junk. It is pretty cool that it's got like comic books slapped to the front of it though.
I picked
Oh
something up for
man.
you.
Separation complete. And we got and we got shields.
Weapons been repaired.
Yeah, this thing is just a piece of shit. This has got missiles. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Return to Agent Number 1. I'm very curious if it is just gonna be the one quest. I'm also curious if I actually get to keep that ship. Add it to the collection, I guess. I wonder if there's a way where we could have solved it.
Welcome back, recruit. I assume your return means you have successfully completed your mission. But where is Hannibal?
I'll let you say it, rookie.
Bastard escaped, but I'm ready to get back out there and find him.
I told you, rookie, that's a bad idea. The only thing we got out of this mission is a clear ID on Hannibal's face, but we have no other information on him currently. You want to waste your time? Be my guest.
I agree with Roach. Without any information to go on, your search would be fruitless. Keep an eye out for him, and if the opportunity presents itself, we will get him. In the meantime, our agents will continue to investigate. More importantly, Roach, how do you evaluate your partner's performance?
Even if we didn't catch our target, Rookie here did a good job. I stood back and advised. Rookie did most of the work. They'd make a good tracker.
I trust your endorsement, Roach. With that, your assessment is complete. Roach believes you did well. Welcome to the Trackers Alliance. Other bounties on the display will now be available to you, as will the downstairs lounge. There, you will find the Elite Bounty Board, with tougher missions, as well as other amenities and resources. Lastly, you will choose a call sign. This is how other trackers will know you within the Alliance. It will obfuscate your identity and keep you safe.
Oh, so we all do this, huh? Got Wraith, Terror, Tempest, Shadow, Raven, Nova, Night Stalker, Mantis, Blitzkrieg, and Bear. I guess we'll pick the Mantis, because that is the mantle we have, so that's what we're going with.
Henceforth, you shall be known among trackers as Mantis.
Cool.
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose?
I've completed 0 bounties. How do we stack up? I thought you didn't like me. Why'd you stick up for me after our first mission?
Well, you weren't that bad of a partner. You kind of grew on me. That and I need someone to compare bounty scores with. Was hoping you'd be game. All these other losers think it's beneath them or something.
Ah, you're on.
Great! I had a good feeling about you. You've got a lot of catching up to do if you want to even approach my numbers, but don't think I'll just stop and let you. You ever want to learn from the best? I'm your guy.
Tell me more about yourself now?
I did tell you I would, didn't I? Okay, fine. Been bounty hunting for a while. Before that, I was a line cook at a shitty little restaurant in Neon, of all things. Got no family, no close friends. In other words, no liabilities getting in the way of being the best tracker in the history of the Alliance. That's me in a nutshell.
That's it?
Don't get yourself killed out there.
The hunt continues. I hope you fare well. Welcome back, Mantis.
Yeah, you tracked blood all over my damn floor again earlier.
So, who are you exactly? What's your story?
I am no one. By design. There has always been and always will be an Agent Number 1 to lead us. Upon assuming the mantle, one loses all traces of identity, including all of one's records and history, even gender and voice. You can imagine, many would seek to do harm to one in this position. To protect family and associates, our identity is more than confidential. It is eliminated from existence.
How did you wipe out your entire records and history?
I will simply state that our partnership with the United Colonies and Freestar Collective comes with some powerful tools.
No real name, huh? So, how do people refer to you in general?
They call me Agent Number 1, or Agent No One. Use they or them when speaking about me, to further protect my identity. However, that had already been my preference.
Oh, of course. It's a woman. That's... I understand using they and them in this case because they literally have no identity. We're not supposed to know what they are. But, like, I hate to be rude, but, like, the fact that they said that that was my preference to begin with is automatically me knowing, oh, it was a woman. I can also tell from the voice. The modulation only does so much. Was it difficult to give up your identity?
Yes and no. When one attains this position, ties to family and other associates are cut off. That is the most difficult aspect. As far as anyone knows, my former self is dead. Records of my life are mysteriously lost. I assume that is difficult for those one leaves behind. However, I am fortunate that I did not have many family, associates, or records to lose. My name was no great loss, nor were other aspects of my identity. I never conformed to gender, for instance. For me, it was an easy decision.
Yeah, well, I hope I don't need to lose mine.
As a rank-and-file tracker, it is not a requirement, but it is advised, for the safety of those you know. For a leader, such as myself, it is an absolute necessity for the safety of the entire organization. Know that to attain my position of leadership, it was a combination of deeds, competency, professionalism, and above all, trust.
So what's the difference between an agent and a regular old tracker?
An agent takes on a more administrative role, whereas trackers primarily work in the field. Often, when time and age catches up with the tracker, they become an agent, as their experience and wisdom is valued, and it can be difficult to reassimilate into society. Both roles are equally crucial to our operation.
Why does a formal organization like the Trackers even exist?
After the Narian War, there were issues with extrajudicial vigilantism involving bounty hunting. The Trackers Alliance was formally established and sanctioned by the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies as a way to combat this growing problem. The governments of the settled systems hire us for our specialized skills and allow us to operate largely unhindered in exchange for holding us accountable. This mutual trust is rarely breached.
Can you tell me any more about bringing in targets alive?
Certainly. It's largely the same whether you're finding targets of opportunity with your scanner, taking on an elite tracker bounty mission, or going after a target of interest. After you've convinced your target to surrender, or subdued them through non-lethal force, you can register them with the system. Registering them lets either local law enforcement or a specialized tracker know to come transport them away.
What if the target runs after I register them?
With someone on their way, your target would not get far. It would be charged with additional felonies. It would only be worse for them.
Nice. Will someone always come, no matter where I am?
Yes. I won't go into the particulars, but even if you are in the furthest reaches of space, someone will eventually be directed to pick up your target.
And who are these specialized trackers?
We have trackers who specialize in prisoner escort and detainment, rather than what we're asking you to do. They have the ships and equipment required to ensure successful handoff to the appropriate authority.
The motto, leave no quarter, show no mercy. Isn't bringing them in alive showing mercy?
I can see why you would ask, but no. Criminals are punished by the justice system depending on their crimes. Some of those punishments can be harsh. Not everyone in the Alliance feels the same about the motto, as it's a bit of a holdover from older times. It's more of a tradition, and it serves as a reminder to never give up and pursue your targets to the end of the universe, so they can face justice one way or another.
Sounds like you've got it all figured out.
Our system works pretty well for us. Until you
That's
return.
it. Okay. See ya. Talk to Tank, we talked to that cringe.
Well,
They said there was a downstairs.
I've been thinking about getting back out there. Hunting again.
Oh, you know that I value your work.
Yes? Speak quickly.
Oh god, there's so many more people down here.
Death. I have seen tragedy. I have seen more beg for their lives than I can count. But what I haven't seen is a fledgling tracker seemingly so willing and eager to speak with me so soon after joining. What knowledge do you hope to gain from our interaction?
I do. Thank you for understanding. And
Mostly I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Mantis.
Indeed. A strong name. I am Yama. I borrow this name from the god of the dead, who judges the souls I usher to him.
What kind of advice do you have for a new tracker?
I must warn you, my advice may not be palatable.
I think I can handle it.
I hope those are not just words. I strongly insist that you consider heeding my advice. If you are given the choice between bringing your targets in alive or dead, always choose dead. Criminal fugitives must be brought to justice, and the only way to truly serve that justice is to end their lives so that they can be judged fairly in the afterlife.
You're saying you never bring your targets in alive.
Correct. A criminal fugitive is already trying to run from justice. They will do it again, if given the chance. It is in their nature. Would you allow even a slim chance that they escape again? Even if they turn from their criminal path, would you deny their victims true justice?
Under your belief, they would still face judgment at the end of their life.
That is true, and yet, the thought that they would go unjudged for so long would eat away at me. But I realize that may not be your belief, so I will not try to convince you any further.
You must have some interesting stories, huh?
My stories are not for your amusement. But I will share one so that you may learn from my mistake. There was one time I decided to let a man live. He had a family, a wife, 3 children. He showed me a picture. They looked happy. He begged I let him live and spend the rest of his days incarcerated. So, at least he could see them occasionally and watch his children grow up from afar. He escaped from prison. He went home and murdered his entire family, and the family next door, and several others. By the time I found him again, he had killed himself, robbing me of the chance to pass him off to face his eternal judgment. Never again.
Okay. Can you tell me about yourself?
There is not much I wish to divulge. Whatever you have heard about me is likely true. I do not bring back my targets alive. I aim for brutal efficiency. I do not work well with others. You must know, I do not feel the need to appease or delight anyone. I take jobs no one else wants, and I always get it done. That is my value. Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
Yeah. Stash. Gee, I wonder why they call him
How about
that.
that? We got a new tracker in the building. Name's Stash, and I'm more than just a pretty face. You ever need my help, you can step right over here to my little corner and we can talk shop. Whether it's for business or pleasure, that's up to you.
Your name's Stash because you got a stash of equipment, right? Kind of on the nose, isn't it?
No, and yes. No, it's Stash, like my mustache. Yes, it's kind of on the nose, like my mustache. Well, under it, but you get the idea. But yeah, it does work out like that, doesn't it? You're not the first to suggest it, and I doubt you'll be the last. And before you ask, no, I didn't grow the stash because I got a stash of goods or vice versa. Sometimes nicknames just stick.
Huh. Can you tell me more about what you do here?
I tinker. I make, modify, and refurbish weapons and other equipment. For trackers only. But I don't do it for free, and I don't do it for credits either. I only take Astras. And you get whatever I give you. No questions, no special requests, no refunds.
What are Astras?
I was hoping you'd ask. Back during the Narian War, there was some serious concern that the banks were going to fail. So some enterprising individuals took matters into their own hands and started minting their own currency, Astras, just in case the worst came to pass. Anyway, Astras are rare, but they're out there, still used in some black market circles since they're untraceable by any government.
What kind of equipment do you have?
Guns, melee weapons, lethal, non-lethal, suits, you name it. All with my own modifications.
Sounds good. I think I can work with that.
Good. And we're on the same page. Mantis, you're making me nervous. Like you've gone into silent predator mode or something.
Tracker like you must have some great stories, huh?
Matter of fact, I do. But the most interesting ones aren't from my tracker field work. Instead, I'm gonna take you back in time to my youth. See,
oh,
I was
boy.
a scrappy little neon street rat. I tinkered, built homemade weapons, and armor made out of scraps I came across. You can imagine who might buy that sort of thing. That's right. Gangbangers and other lowlives. I saw what they used these weapons for. But I had to make money. And it kept me safe from the gangs because they needed me.
How'd you go from that to being a tracker?
Well, I never did care much for those gangs, the way they preyed on folks weaker than them. So, when I found out about the trackers, I decided on a career change. Turns out I wasn't much for following rules. They said I was a bit of a loose cannon. But they liked my equipment, so here I am, peddling wares for other trackers.
Loose cannon? How so?
Well, when you grow up on the neon streets, you learn to fly by the seat of your pants. That doesn't always jive with protocol, even by tracker standards. Too much collateral damage. Don't worry, no one died. But let's just say I may have temporarily increased the homeless population. Anyway, I like what I do now. I'm putting my technical skills to use in a way that Trackers Alliance appreciates.
Right. Well, I was really hoping for more of a cool bounty hunting story.
Yep, me too. Sorry to disappoint, but my days as a tracker in the field were pretty limited. But, hey, as a consolation, I have plenty of great gear you can buy. And that's a better use to you than some old tall tale.
Oh, I suppose. Let's see what you got.
I got all sorts of equipment. Let's see those Astras.
Oh. Interesting. Hold on, actually.
No problem. Lay it on me.
We'll come back to that. It sounds like he just kind of gives you a random piece of junk item. Not quite ready to have that thrown at me yet. Alright, we've then got flaps. Nice, standard flaps and long flaps. Cool.
I got it from
Focus nozzle.
Traded that old currency he deals in.
Ripping stock, eh?
I can't
Oh, large
confirm
shield.
that.
Ain't that something?
Huh.
You give him junk money and he gives you high quality gear.
Does actually change the look.
I have no qualms with it.
Accelerants. Increased rate of fire, but less accurate.
No one outside of him deals in it anymore.
Huh.
You guys can hear me, right? It's like I said before, I'm collecting it because when it comes back into circulation, I'll have a huge supply of it.
Yeah, we hear you. I just don't think any of us believe it'll make a comeback after 100 years. But hey, you do you, Stash.
Yeah, we'll see. Just because you don't know anyone who deals in it doesn't mean it's worthless.
Damn. I was really kind of hoping that these items would have added something to the item instead of just looking, you know, identical, like 100% completely identical. Yeah, that's a little disappointing. I'm sure that's something the mods will fix, right? Leave it to Bethesda to half-ass this. Literally. Like, that's so disappointing. Like, they could have. They could have, if they wanted to, improved this significantly, but they just chose not to.
Mantis?
Like, at all.
Some new equipment?
Like, it's cool that you've got, like, you know, raise damage, lower attack speed. Like, that's interesting. Raise attack speed, lower damage. Like, those are all neat effects, but you could have, you know, done something a little better with it. I don't know. Maybe that's just
Hey
me.
now, Tracker.
But it's definitely disappointing. That stuff really could have been, could have made Melee a bit more interesting. Kind of spiced up the Melee scene a little bit, but I guess not.
I miss tracking. But hanging around
Not
here
as much as you,
just
bud.
as
Still trying to get the hang of things.
Take a load off. Have a cold drink. Unless you have somewhere better to be.
You're really making it.
Well, you're a new face. Ain't every day we get fresh meat for the grinder. What do we call you, Tracker?
Practice your skills and make some extra credits while you're at it. Hey, you should try it sometime. Unless you're afraid you can't.
Should I be going around giving my name like that?
Of course, sunshine. That's the whole point of the call signs. So we know who's who without giving real names.
How would you hit the button then? I don't know. With my head, if I
Well,
have.
it's the same old face I've always had.
Okay,
Oh,
big man.
that's not what you meant, is it?
Something I think about.
Should have seen that one coming. I appreciate a tracker with a sense of humor. It's a nice change from the usual. A lot of them around here are all brooding, strong, silent, I work alone types. It's refreshing to talk to someone who ain't.
You can call me Mantis.
Mantis? Not like the Mantis, though, right? You know what? Better to leave it a mystery. What can I get for you, Mantis? Oh, where are my manners? They call me Two-Shot, or even Touche for short. Used to be a tracker in the field like you. But I traded in gunslinging for slinging drinks. I sell drinks to wet your whistle and other provisions you may need out there. So what'll it be?
I'm not calling you Touche. When did you get a name like Two-Shot?
Funny you ask. Most trackers choose their call signs. So did I. Used to be called Solar Flare. But enough people started
Lame.
calling me Two-Shot that it stuck. When I was out there, it never took me more than 2 shots from my firearms to bag my target. Thought I would have given it up once I retired from tracking to have a kid. I pour such strong drinks that now they say it doesn't take any more than 2 shots to down a tracker. So, it's stuck. I'm just happy they decided to keep me on the payroll.
Got a kid, huh? Ah, I guess we are just not going to talk about that. Working here, you must know a lot about the other trackers, right?
You know it, Sunshine. Who do you want to know about?
Oh. What's the story with Agent Number 1?
There's no story there. That's kind of the point with any Agent No One. You gotta give up your identity completely when you become leader of the trackers. That job comes with a giant target on your back. So, the less people know, the better. Agent No One is like a closed book. If that book were also glued, clamped, chained, and buried underneath an active volcano on the most distant moon of the most distant planet of the furthest star system.
What's with Inevitable?
Oh, she's been doing this longer than anyone, I think. She's old, but don't count her out just yet. Rumor is she was next in line for Agent No One, but turned it down after the last one was killed. She even brought the killer to justice. Word is, she just liked fugitive recovery a lot more. Or didn't want the responsibility. I lean more towards the latter. It makes more sense considering she's an agent now. Anyway, they used to say that the longer she bides her time, the more a fugitive has to fear.
What's the deal with Roach?
He talks a big game, even has the skills and stats to back it up. But you probably also know as well as I do that he is fiercely competitive. You can either play into it or ignore it. He's not that bad once you get to know him. You ever wonder why he's called Roach, huh? It's because he seems to be unkillable. Not literally, of course, but he's managed to get himself out of some extremely sticky situations unscathed.
I thought he was just gross. What about Tank?
He's a big teddy bear. Such a departure from the norm around here. Oh, I also know he's run the Red Mile under his tracker call sign, which may get him into trouble with someone someday, but it's his decision.
Stash, what about him?
He fancies himself a charmer, let me tell you. Could talk a heat leech out of an overworked engine compartment. Don't tell him I told you, but he's a bit of a tracker fanboy. Never could quite hack it himself, but that's why he's still here. I bet he could talk your ear off about tracker history and stuff. Lord knows my ears feel a little looser after talking with him.
Gross. What's the deal with that Warden guy?
Oh, he isn't exactly the conversational type. Seems to enjoy the company of others, but not talking to him or interacting with anyone in any meaningful way. We just leave him alone and let him do his thing. He doesn't bother us, and we don't bother him. Other than that, I don't know much about him. Seems to be a good tracker, though.
Weird. What can you tell me about Yama?
Other than his obsession with death, I don't know much about him. He doesn't exactly open up to others. Everyone says he must have seen or done some pretty terrible things. I don't have anything to go on but that. You know, it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable, and even though he's never done anyone here any harm, or even so much as let anyone down, he still gives me the creeps.
Oh, I guess that's it.
Suit yourself.
Now, what do you got?
Whatever you want, Sunshine. As long as you've got a cred stick and a stomach that can handle it.
She sells weapons. Of course she does. She sells an EM shotgun, you know, because that makes sense. She does sell a Trackers Alliance suit, which is handy. And the pack, and the helmet to go with it. And then all of the food and medicine, yeah, so...
You need anything, Bloodhound?
Nah, I'm good, Touche. Hey, how's the kiddo, by the way?
She's doing great. She just lost another baby tooth. She's really starting to read, too. Her dad's teaching her.
How about that? I remember when she was yay high and could barely speak. Oh, bless your heart. You must be proud.
She's the light of my life. You know, she's why I'm not out there anymore. Can't put her at risk, you know? I'll just, have to live vicariously through the trackers that stole through here.
I hear that. Well, you know, anyone stupid enough to go after your girl would see us rain fire down on them faster and more ruthless than the wrath of hell itself.
I know. All the same, it was time to get out anyway. Thanks, though.
Well, howdy, Tracker. Well, if it ain't, now what call sign did you take again?
Your mom. I know this isn't the first time I've visibly face-palmed playing this game, but that one fucking kills me. Your mom. Like, come on, dude. What are we, fucking 6? Do I need to share it with you?
If you want to chat with me, yeah. I know we don't do real names as part of the job, but I'd like to know who I'm talking to, if you don't mind.
Mantis.
Mantis? Huh. Could be confusing with the real Mantis out there, but, why not? Well, I can see why you'd take that name. You got my seal of approval. Not that you need it. Name's Bloodhound. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Got any good stories?
Loads. But let me tell you just one. So, I'm down at some ass-backwards moon outpost out in the boonies. Got this old feller in my sights who's wanted for thieving from Ryujin and the other big corpos. Now, he don't know I ain't gonna shoot him, but he's itching to do something stupid. Then his kids come out. His grandkids form a circle around him. Turns out, he's stealing so they can all just have a life. I get it. So I let him go. Far as the corpos know, he's dead.
You were hired to do a job and you failed. I probably would have done the same.
Yep, I got cussed out pretty good. But sometimes, it's worth it to do some good in the verse.
Don't call it the verse. Got any bounty hunting tips?
Sure. I'm a veritable wealth of information. Anything particular on your mind?
Wow. I don't know, you got anything in general?
Well, it ain't what I'd call hot tips, but they serve me well. Eat right, stay hydrated, exercise, you know, just stay healthy. Don't hunt if you're sick. Last thing you want is an errant cough or sneeze to give you away when you're trying to use the element of surprise.
That is true. I do think coughing actually gives you away in this game. What's the best way to take someone in alive?
Personally, I prefer the diplomatic approach. Just because we're all certified badasses who could easily lay out the toughest spacer punk doesn't mean you're not human. If you ask me, words are a tracker's most effective tool. You'd be surprised how far a little sympathy can take you sometimes. Failing that, most targets are cowards. They don't want to die. Exploit that fact when you can.
How do you deal with a target who gives you no choice but to kill them?
Now that's a tough one. Depends on the situation. If you can't convince them with words, you may have to rough them up and put the fear of God in them. I suggest you learn as much as you can about human anatomy and physiology. It ain't pretty,
Jesus.
but there are many things you can do to a body that ain't lethal, but may cause someone to wish they were.
That's actually really smart. I think I'm good for now.
You got it, Chief.
Tell me about yourself, Bloodhound.
Sure. I don't mind sharing a little about myself, but not too much. I'm no agent number 1, but I'm still a tracker. Been a tracker for over 30 years. Before that, I was what you might call a freebooter. I won't tell you what I did, but sure as hell wasn't above board. Well, suffice to say, that life can weigh on your soul. After a few close calls and some introspection, I came to the idea that I could do some good instead. Of course, it's hard to translate those kind of skills to the workforce, so here I am. Always saw to it to bring in my targets alive, in case they have any similar revelations.
You really always bring your targets alive, huh? Isn't that hard?
Yep. Every single time. It ain't too hard when you've lived my life and seen the things I've seen. Folks deserve a second, third, even fourth chance. I'm living proof of that. Tell me, let's say someone puts a bounty on your head that you rightfully didn't deserve, or maybe you slipped up and had a bad day. You think it's right that they get to play executioner?
Give me the wanted perk, give me the wanted perk. Wow, really? The one time the wanted perk would make sense here, and they didn't do it. Shocking. It's almost like that happens more often than you think. I mean, it doesn't matter. It sounds like the decision would be out of my hands at that point.
Well, there's the thing. You are gonna be out there deciding over some poor fool's life. If that don't make one feel like they got the power of God in them, I don't know what will. All I'm saying is you gotta use that power responsibly, because you gotta live with yourself. Anyway, you're gonna do you, and I won't judge. Don't come crying to me if you can't reckon with your own demons. Good luck out there.
You tracked blood in all over my damn floor again earlier.
Yes, that was likely me.
Well,
He's just sitting over in the corner meditating like a fucking weirdo.
I mean, look at you now.
Uh.
There's a speck of blood on you. You clearly know how to clean
Is
up
free
after
money to
yourself.
take? Yes,
For you,
it is.
I will try to
Cool.
be more careful, but I make no promise.
Agent Koyos, at your service.
Oh?
Keep it quick, and don't waste my free cycles.
Koyos? Does that stand for something?
No, it is a pseudo-acronym meant to emphasize my station as hardware and software. My programmer thought it would be clever, but clearly it goes over most heads. Koyos was a Greek Titan god, born of Uranus and Gaia. He was known as a Titan of knowledge and queries. But I wouldn't expect you to know that.
What do you do here?
Mostly stand around waiting for someone to interact with me.
Jesus
I am
Christ.
connected to the tracker database, so when a tracker
Just stand
either
around.
has or needs information about a certain target, they come to me. My directive is to assist trackers with any queries they have. and if desired, give advice based on the information we have compiled. Leave no
That's
quarter,
it.
show no mercy.
Rough life for him. Wanted dead. We want him dead. Interesting. I was told there was an advanced missions board somewhere. Whoa, dude! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Put your gun away.
How's your
What are you doing? It's doing fine, sir. It's doing fine. Put the gun down. I love how the 1911 just doesn't fit in that pose. It's really goofy. Where?
Them to get some old school perspective.
Employees only behind this point. Where's the advanced one? I was told there was an advanced board.
You've helped us recruit some quality candidates. Are you certain about this?
I believe so. I want to take advantage of the time I've got while I still have some fight left in me. I would still continue my duties as an agent, of course.
If that is what you would like, who am I to stop you? There are few I trust more than you. This you know.
I do. Thank you for understanding. And for your ransom. I don't mind.
Not really seeing much else. Upstairs bathroom, another exit. I guess that shitty little board down there was the advanced board. It didn't say it was.
Pull up a seat. There's no judgment here.
But I guess it is. Oh. Jesus. Yeah, I guess this just is the mission board. Alright, well, we got a criminal on Boar, which I'm pretty sure is like the furthest fucking planet out, so we'll take that. Got another one here, and then just wipe them out. I also think they added a bunch of research shit that we have to do, right? I mean, there's all this crap that I just never bothered with. Outpost development. Power generation 3. Was that a thing before? I don't remember this. This must be new. And then outpost defense 2.
I've been thinking about getting back out there.
These things must be new. Either that or I completely ignored them. Then weaponry. Yeah, we've got ammunition. Requires copper. Yeah, put the copper in.
I want to take
Okay.
advantage of the time
Lead.
I've got while I still have some
Yeah.
fight left in me.
Small primer.
I would
Cool.
still
I
continue
guess
my
I need to
duties
go
as an
find new items. Gotta love that. Blade mods, a little bit of iron, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Boom, boom, boom. That leads to Blade Mods 2, which has a bunch of things that probably don't have. And then handle mods, yeah, so that's that. Very annoying. I guess there's new items that you have to go find. I'm assuming that's what those charged diodes are for. I'm guessing that's probably for laser ammunition or particle beam ammunition or something.
Couple bounties. Hope you're keeping up.
At least I can only imagine. But yeah, that seems to be it. I think that was everything that was added. Quite literally. Which is, you know, I don't want to say it's disappointing. It's definitely not
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks.
It wasn't the worst thing I played. Is it cringe? Oh, fuck yeah, it's fucking cringe. But it's definitely not the worst thing I've played, no. Not by a long shot.
Stuff living here.
I think it's, as far as quests go, it's not the worst quest I've played in this game, for sure. As far as new content, though, the lack of companion dialogue during that quest was very noticed, very felt. The fact that nobody responds to the fact that you joined Trackers Alliance, or likes the fact that you joined the Trackers Alliance, or anything like that. Zero companion interaction to something that is genuinely a big deal and would have an effect on things. And they just don't acknowledge it. Bit of a flaw, in my eyes. Noticeable problem, personally. Other than that, I would definitely say locking the rest of this content behind creations is really lame. I don't like that. That has a bad, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It feels bad.
We're asking everyone to take care of any... Hey, what can I do for you?
Because
Sure,
it basically means that we're just getting a teaser. Okay, cool, I actually do get to keep this ship. I wonder if these things are going to remain dirty. If that's the case, I'm not going to want to mess with this too much just yet. So I'm just going to switch back over to a different ship. God, I love that. But, you know what? Yeah, I wanna fight Stairway. I wanna fight Stairway. It's been a while. It's been a while, and Stairway's too cool for me not to fly Stairway. God damn, I love that ship. But anyway, like I was saying, it's really lame that they made it so that it's basically like it's a teaser. It's a teaser for content that you're not going to be able to play. That sucks. Why would you show me this if I can't play it? I gotta pay, what was it, $7? They're effectively telling me that what I just played is worth $10. Because the limit for buying Bethesda coins or whatever the fuck is you have to pay $5 to get the 500 points. I think maybe $3 to get the 300 points. And then what was it? It was like 10, then it goes 10 for 1,000, and then like 30 for 55, or like 40 for 55 or something like that. It's like, yeah, I'm not paying that, man. Like, I'm sorry, the quest I just played is not worth $10. If you were to tell me that the entire Trackers Alliance whatchamacallit was worth $10, right? Like the entire Trackers Alliance like faction add-on was like $10, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe, right? Because you're paying for a whole faction being added to the game. However, it doesn't even have seamless companion integration, because of course your companions aren't going to comment on that. And that's where we kind of lead into the problem of new content and its ramifications. So what we saw with this is that the one, I wouldn't even call this a major content add-on, but a significant content add-on where we added in the Trackers Alliance as an actual entity that you can join and do missions for, and all of that crap was added into the game. And yet, there is no actual engagement going on with them. Your companions don't react as if they're a thing. Nobody talks about them. I mean, obviously people talk about the Trackers Alliance, but nobody talks to them. Nobody references them, right? They just don't exist. It's almost as though this is the grim reality that we're being faced with for any other mod or creation that gets added into the game, is that your companions are just not going to talk about it, right? Everyone who was in Constellation that was just a fucking chatterbox the entire time, the entire game, is just going to conveniently stop being a chatterbox the second you talk to anyone that was added by a mod, or even in this case, added in like a mid-game update, where it's not I mean, it's an official release, but it's not a paid-for content drop, right? You think anyone's actually going to talk about the creation? Fuck no. Probably not. And that's the other thing that's, like, bad. What they introduced to me is a really neat and novel concept. It's something that we've seen before in the form of Red Dead Online's bounty system, where you've got the bounties, and then you've got the legendary bounties. And what we're seeing here is we have regular bounties that we can do, and then we have the legendary bounties, right? Like Hannibal Lecter, whatever his name was, and I guess the Vulture, and a couple of other things, right? Like, and the Vulture's even directly referenced in this, which tells me that they knew ahead of time that they were going to make the Vulture a paid-for creation. They knew what they were doing. This is scummy. They explicitly made this particular part of the content update free so that it would act as a teaser for people that actually enjoyed it, and then they would basically be told, if you want to play the rest of it, you've got to pay $7, I mean $10, because you can't just buy the thing. And like I said, the worst part is, I fucking knew that they were going to make certain things paid for. Certain mods that people would deem essential. And lo and behold, what did we see? Deluxe boost packs or whatever, right? A mod that significantly alters boost packs in a way that is actually good and better than the base game, and it's paid for. Granted, yes, it's 100 points, but what if you don't have 100 points, right? What if you've already spent your default 100 Bethesda bucks on something in Skyrim, or something in Fallout 4? Now you have no Bethesda bucks. So if you wanted to do something in this game that's actually meaningful and a proper change, you're just going to have to buy $3 or $5 worth of Bethesda bucks. They know what they're doing. They know full well what they are doing. And it's disgusting. I hate it. I truly hate it. Because it's like, Starfield is already off to a rough start. Doing this to your modding scene already, crippling them like this, not a good look, man. Not a good sign already. Like, I guess that might be just my opinion, but I think personally it's looking rough right off the bat. It's not looking good. That's not something that you want to do to your game, is cripple it in such a way before the mods even have a means to get off the ground, right? You're making gameplay affecting mods, things that basically overhaul a part of the game that has been, like, reviled effectively, or has a problem that is, like, minuscule that can be fixed for free, and you want to charge people $1 for it. by $1, I mean they have to buy $3 or $5 in order to actually buy the thing they want to get. That's gross. That's fucking stupid. That's dumb. It is very annoying. I don't like it. I don't like that that's what they've done. It's just... It's a shame, right? We finally got mods for Starfield, and this is how they open the floodgates. I fucking knew they were gonna do some dumb shit like this. They went and did it. To no one's surprise, Bethesda immediately kicked themselves in the balls. They just can't help themselves. Oh, what a disappointment. What a disappointment. Well, I think I've definitely seen enough. Honestly, I think I've probably said enough at this point. I've probably said too much at this point. People already probably know full well that this is stupid right off the bat. I'm sure in time there will be better mods added to the game. But as it stands, man, oof. Rough start. Rough fucking start. I'm hoping that there's I don't know, man. It's gonna take a couple of months before we start getting anything good on the console. Seeing the 99 gigabytes is nice, but also seeing that just as a singular observatory is what, 103 megabytes is crazy. That tells me that we're at such a high poly count that certain things are just going to be astronomically expensive. Like, we're probably dealing with like 2K defaults for everything. We don't even get 1K as an option. It's just 2K defaults for everything. 2K to 4K, as far as we know. Which is why everything's probably so ungodly expensive. Whereas Fallout 4 and Skyrim were still running on, 2K textures at like the most in some cases. This game's probably running on 4 in some areas. So, yeah. That's probably why the size was increased, to account for the sheer number of crap that's going to be involved here. It's just, man, I don't know. It's a bit of a rabbit hole. I guess we will find out. I guess we will just have to find out if this game can manage a comeback. I don't think it will. I don't think Shattered Space will be enough, based on the fact that it really does just seem to be House Varun stuff, and if you aren't interested or enveloped by what that has to offer, then there is nothing for you here. This game might as well be dead in the water. I would say the only thing they can hope for is that the modding scene makes some improvements. Like, the first thing I want to see come out on this is the mod that allows you to just place things on your ship wherever. Because as fun as it's been doing glitch builds for the ships and making cool stuff like this, right, or the Pelican, or the Ebon Hawk, or the whatchamacallit, I also would very much like to have I want my ship to look the way I want. I don't want to have to keep struggling to make all these different parts and interconnected pieces and having to basically settle for the look that I have for certain things. Like, I want to be able to make it look exactly as I want it to. But we'll get those mods in time. And I guess there's like, what? There's like a handful of achievements that I probably need to get beforehand, before I install any mods, so that I don't lose my progress or whatever, or like, oh, once you install mods with this, blah 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 blah. It's like, fine. So I'm probably gonna have to take a look at those. Obviously, I guess I still have one stream left in me for this, where I have to go and do all the temples. Not doing that shit tonight, but eventually I will. And then from there, I guess we'll just see where the modding comes into play for Starfield. Is basically all we're really gonna be able to do. Because as it is, like, ooh, you know, it's just, ugh. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. We will see where it goes, but I think that's all for now. So I hope you all enjoyed this this little look into the Starfield update, the Creation Club launch. Yeah. What an era we have entered.